That's all. It's only an hour later, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing today? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Seven Blackman, and this is a Friday episode of Ask a Blackman as part of the Blackman Show, a place where we can take a look at the news with a little bit of 7 cents. And I hope you all will hit the like, subscribe, and share, and all that good humming, so you can become my 250th sub, because we got a little something for you. You know, we're just trying to get our numbers up, and we want to encourage y'all to join the squad. But so today, what we've got to go on today is a little something that so I was in a conversation with my brother not too long ago when discussing the Katt Williams interview, the infamous, the now infamous and super viral Katt Williams interview. And I think in the midst of the conversation that he and I were having, it started to, it wasn't just a conversation about what was taking place in that realm. It also started to have, the conversation started to spark, have little tentacles that were starting to touch in different spots that was all about and all around surrounding Black folks. So that's what kind of sparked this conversation for today. So we thought we would, dress things up a little bit today just to make sure that we had a different view as we brought in a little bit of a more serious conversation, even though we're going to have some fun with it. So we're playing. But I figured I'd come in as your boy, Seven Cameos today with my little, you dig, in my in the suits and all that good humming. So we will see how this plays out as we get into it. But with no further ado, I would like to introduce you all to my good brother and somebody I hope you all will enjoy as much as you've been enjoying me, at least this far, this long. One Mr. DJ Hercules, Chicago's own, if you will, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing?
How y'all? I love Black women. I want to start off by saying that I love Black women. All right?
Yes.
I'm saying that because that's a preface, because there may be some times during this conversation, depending on where it go, I may be a little harsh, but I'll be harsh, period, not just on Black women, but I love Black women. I'm starting off by saying that. So if you ever question, that's what I started with. I love Black women.
That's fair. That's fair. I think you should at least let them know, let everybody know where you stand. I love Black women. I got a Black mama. That helps.
Right.
I got a Black wife too. That I'm sure that helps. She has a Black mom. Love her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got a Black mom, a Black ex-wife, and a Black, hopefully, be future wife. So you know what I'm saying? I feel you. I love Black women. I just want to say that first.
And there you have it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great night. And I hope you all will sit back, relax, and grab your favorite drink. I'm sipping on something that's little different. It's got a little colors to it and all that good stuff. Provided by one Shots by Miko. Find Shots by Miko at shotsbymiko.com for your all of your mixology needs and bartending pleasures.
I'm sipping on some good old fashioned drinks by DJ Hercules. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? Bourbon. I'm a dark liquor drinker, so let's get it in, y'all.
I got it. All right. Okay, so now I was messing, so I messed up the for anybody that's watching or that's checking this out. First of all, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the sub, all that good humming. Again, we trying to get these numbers up. Quit playing. I'm gonna start doing like again, become like one like Kevin Samuels mixed with Cam Cross and start telling folks to use their discretion and start cutting off the information unless they say something.
Right.
Where's my likes? Get my likes up. Y'all better get my
discretion, bro. Use your discretion.
Oh, but anyway, that's an inside joke. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So tell me, well, I guess I'll start off, right? Okay. So there was the interview that's now been the interview heard around the world that has, I'm sure, put some extra bread in Shannon Sharp's pocket, if nothing else.
Absolutely.
And it was with the comedian Katt Williams. Now it seems like over the years that he's been somewhat of a
recluse.
Well, okay, a recluse, but I was going to say a pariah, like a Hollywood pariah, like a just somebody who, you know, for whatever reason, people seem to not like him, but he keeps getting work, you know, at the same time. So, and I get that because it's people, you know, hey, I know people like that nowadays. People are like, you know, who let this dude in? Why does he keep getting in? You remember last time he was here and what he did and how he effed up the who up the bam and all that, you know. So it's so I'll start off there, and I will just say that it's been interesting in that the outcry, I guess you could say, or the fallout after Katt's interview was the most revealing to me, or the most interesting, and that was kind of what you and I were discussing, Hercules, in that we was talking about. I mean, it's like we were talking about the interview at first, and then and you know people's reactions to it, but then it started kind of growing tentacles and going into different realms and all that stuff. So that's kind of how we are here right now. But I'll just say, so Katt started off talking about it, at least to me, it seemed like he started off addressing things that were also said on Club Shay Shay that he didn't necessarily agree with.
Right.
Okay. All right. So those being, in particular, the some things that were said by Ricky Smiley, and then he backed it. Then he kind of went. He also went in at or towards whatever Cedric the Entertainer.
Right.
But not necessarily, to me, it didn't seem like he was going at Cedric for what he said on the show as much as he was just going at Cedric for what he did to him. But how he felt Cedric treated him or whatever, right?
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. It just seemed to me like he wasn't he spoke his truth as best that he knew. You know, he said he didn't agree with what took place on Friday after, or what with Ricky Smiley's remembrance of what happened on next Friday after next. So he wasn't necessarily in agreement with that, and he said as much by saying that he what did he say, that he that because Ricky Smiley said that he was initially
he was Money Mike first.
Okay, so he was Money Mike.
Right.
So initially he had the Money Mike role, but he said it was supposed to be a crackhead or something like that, and then he, you know, and that was pretty much it, and that's how Ice Cube had it. And then Ice Cube even went as far as backing that up and saying, right, yeah, this is what it was. Then Katt Williams came on later, you know, weeks, whatever later, had his version of the interview, and now he was talking about how, basically, how dare you say that you. And I think that was where it seemed to me. So far we're in agreement, but right. I think like right at this point, that's when our paths started to diverge.
Yeah, that is so.
Okay, go ahead.
My thing is this. My issue with Katt, with the Ricky Smiley thing, at no point in time did Ricky Smiley dog out Katt Williams. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing contentious. He didn't say nothing malicious. None of that. He just simply said, I had the Money Mike role first. Katt comes on the show and says, when in Hollywood have you ever heard of somebody having a role first and then they just give it to somebody else? Well, it happens quite a bit. Our show Supernatural. Guess who the dude who played Dean? Jensen Ackles. Guess who he was supposed to play at first?
I don't know.
Sam.
Oh, he was supposed to be Sam?
He was supposed to be Sam.
Okay.
Then,
but he's a really good Dean.
Huh?
He's a really good Dean.
He really is. But you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But he was supposed to be Sam at first, but they switched it to Dean, and it worked for the better. And that seems to be the case in this situation. But the way Katt went in on Ricky Smiley. And the thing is, Ricky Smiley also said, I've talked to Katt since then. Katt signed stuff for my, he took pictures with my dad, and you know what I'm saying, yada, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. How long have me and you been friends? Well, brothers.
Shit. Since my freshman year, high
school? 35 years.
Damn, Hey, don't be telling folks my age, man. Hold on.
Now,
You just gave everybody what you doing.
in those 35 years, me and you have had issues with each other, right?
Yes.
Now, let's just say, for the sake of argument, we had that issue. We smoothed everything out, everything cool, we good. Then I go on Club Shay Shay and I say, let me tell you about that 7. This Negro did this, that, and the other. And the only way I will talk to him if he is in a dress. And you like, dude, we just literally talked to each other not too long ago. This has been smoothed out. What is happening right now? Right?
Right.
Okay. Say it. All
Shout out to
said,
Cuz. That's my cousin.
Cedric, all he said was, and if you and once again, I'm pretty sure you'll play the clip, but Cedric said, all he said was the timelines don't match up. No comedians, it ain't too many comedians other than Michael Collier that's going to admit they took somebody else's joke. Okay.
Corey Holcomb admitted to stealing somebody's joke.
But all said was, this happens all the time. Somebody will take a bit from a joke and make it their own. They may feel they make it funnier or whatever. In all actuality, that's what Sid did. He took the pantomime of driving. He didn't take the whole joke.
I think it was more to it than the pantomime of driving. But I mean,
I got you. But the jokes were different. But once again, he wasn't malicious towards Katt. He answered a question.
Yes.
Then followed up by saying, this happens in comedy all the time. Right? Katt went in on him. Now, Steve Harvey.
Okay.
Now, I like Steve Harvey, but I'm kind of, you a comedian, dude. I'm not like.
I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not a huge Steve Harvey fan, and which is wild because our other brother Twist, he's die hard for Harvey, and so I try to make anytime I know I want to say something about Steve Harvey, I know that's not the audience I need to say it to.
So like I understand why people don't like Steve Harvey because sometimes Steve Harvey has a tendency to come out as mightier than thou. And I especially think his advice to women, some of that is terrible. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like what he did to Bernie. I totally believe that he did that to Bernie because I've heard that multiple times. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
Ocean's 11 and trying to get
I totally believe that. And
in him, how dare you almost?
Right. And I like Katt Williams comedies. However, I will mention out of the 12 comedy specials he's mentioned, about 4 of those were the exact same thing with a switch of a joke here and there. All right. To be honest, out of all the specials he has, at least 4 of them, over half of that is the exact same one as the last one.
Okay.
That's the truth.
All right.
I think that Katt could have handled that differently. He really could have, because now you're bringing fire.
I mean, yeah.
So now you're bringing fire on Ricky Smiley and Cedric the Entertainer, who never. So if you ask people why did Katt have to do that, the first thing you're gonna say is he went after the folks who went after him. They didn't come after him. They answered a question.
Well, I think with respect, I think with regard to the Ricky Smiley portion of it, he felt that if there was, however it went, I think there was a level of, how people say that you're telling a lie of omission, like you leaving out parts of the story, like you only told the part that benefits you. I think that's, to me, it seems like that's kind of how it could be construed. Now, I wouldn't suggest doing something like that. And I wouldn't do that, like you were saying, like if you and I were having, we cool, we had beef or whatever, and we squashed it, and then here, I wouldn't go out on some place and be like, and now I'm gonna tear this man down or whatever. And I don't think he tore the man down. I think
You don't think he tore Ricky Smiley down?
What did he say about Ricky Smiley? Other than
the only way I will be in
the dress. I mean, other than the dress, okay. That I think that was just comedian stuff. I think right there.
What did he also say? He can't play a man. He can only play a woman.
I mean, he's.
Come on, bro.
I don't even. Here's the thing. With the exception of Friday After Next, I don't even know. I have not seen Ricky Smiley in anything else.
Ricky Smiley ain't been in a whole lot of movies.
And he's not, yeah.
He hasn't. Okay. So it's not like he's an established actor. So but at the same time, you mean to tell me if someone said the only way I will be around 7 is if he's in a dress because he can't be a man, you're not going to tell me that's not going to offend you, bro. And even after that, Ricky Smiley still took the high road.
He did.
He talked about how great Katt Williams was in that role, and he said, I understand why they picked Katt over me in that role, because at the end of the day, that's what happened.
Yes.
But
and that's what I'm saying. So here's the thing. I think had Ricky done the interview and said, yeah, I initially had the Money Mike role. Magic Mike. I initially had the Money Mike role, and but Katt can't. When they met Katt, he just blew it out the water, and knocked me down a peg. Like if he had said something like that, I think there wouldn't have been any issue. But I think it was just the fact that it was only his part that he told about. Like I initially had it, and now okay, we jet back and forth talking back and forth about that part.
Interview, did you hear Ricky Smiley say? Katt
I never watched it, so I don't know. I'm honestly. Do you want to? I mean,
I appreciate your honesty. So
yeah, I didn't watch the Ricky Smiley interview. So
I'm telling you what Katt said as opposed to what was actually said.
Okay.
Katt said.
No, I just saw the portion where Ricky Smiley said, "Yeah, I initially had the Money Mike."
Yeah. Role. So
that was honestly all I saw. That clip.
Katt said that Ricky Smiley said he said I stole his role. Ricky Smiley never said that.
Oh, he said, okay.
He literally said, when I was first brought into that movie, I was Money Mike. They came to me. He said, we shot all the shots and everything. He said, then they came to me and said, you're going to play Santa Claus. And I was like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's it. Actually, yeah, play it. Because it's not as venomous.
Okay.
If you listen to Katt Williams, you think Ricky Smiley would have put this venomous video out there and just say all this bad stuff about Katt. He answered a question.
Okay, let me put. So, do you want to play the whole thing? Because it's 10 minutes.
I mean, no. So once like I'll probably say like maybe like three minutes. You know what I'm saying?
3 minutes in.
That's only because like once you start seeing that it's going someplace else and off the whole Katt Williams thing, cut it off. Because at the end of the day, but it starts off talking about the whole Money Mike thing. And he talks about it. And it wasn't contentious or malicious. That's my whole point.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna adjust the name because it has me as the name and I want to change it. Okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and bring this in, and we can we can sit and see exactly what we're talking about. Okay.
I don't hear it. I can't hear it.
Oh, you can't hear it?
No. Hold on 1 second. Wait.
All right. What do you need?
Nah, you get no audio.
Huh?
Got no audio on that video.
There's no audio on the video? Oh, why not?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Well, let me
check the audio settings on that.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Let me see. I think I didn't share the let me redo it. Yeah, I may not have
it's showing on YouTube.
No, I'm saying I may not have shared the audio too. Because I think the thing that says, do you want to share the audio, share the video and audio? I may have missed that step. So let me do it again.
All right.
Back in. And this is the window to share audio. To share audio, I gotta share the tab. Gotcha. Okay. That's why. Alrighty, now we'll try it. Okay.
To play Katt Williams' character.
Here now?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Katt Williams is.
Well, let me back it up.
My
So I don't want to hear. I don't want to. So this is me. So this is actually more like a reaction for me. And since you already know what it is, you can go in. But so ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I've never seen the entire of the Ricky Smiley interview. So this is me first, just checking it out for the first time right now. But anyway, so let's see what he got to say.
You stole the show in Friday after next. Yeah. How was that experience? Why we go through this, man? Brothers. I believe we related, but go ahead. You were originally supposed to play Katt Williams' character. Yes. And Katt Williams was supposed to play my character. And somebody said, no, we want you to play Mike. The thieving ass Santa Claus. Right. And then, because Katt Williams was going to be the Santa Claus. Right. And then, and they switched it over. Right. Because when I auditioned for Mighty Mike. Right. So when I went in there to audition, I'm at the toilet. When Katt Williams went to use the bathroom, that's the line I had to use to audition. So they switched it up. So I was like, yeah, I can do this Santa Claus role Friday, but I didn't know that because I did my role like in 4 days. Right. They shot all my stuff in 4 days. I went back to Birmingham, came back out because they changed the ending. Did you know that? Right. No, I didn't. No, the ending where they got to fighting or whatever. The ending was me Santa Claus giving out presents to his kids. Right. So the test audience didn't like the way it ended. So they changed the ending. Right. So I had to come back. The scariest thing was laying down in front of that limousine. Right. And you better hope and pray that he got it on drive and not reverse. Right. Because that was real. Okay. But I had to really lay there while that limousine peeled off. So they allowed me to get up about 3 or 4 times to go and look at it to make sure. I said, go up. I put it in reverse. I said, put it in drive. Put it in reverse. So I got comfortable. I said, okay, let's go. I said, hey, we're gonna do this one time. You can probably end it now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure where you wanted me to stop. All right.
The part where
so we got it. So we got it.
That's as far as the whole Katt Williams thing went.
Okay. All right. So that was it.
That was it.
Okay. So just that little. So it wasn't. It wasn't Ricky that said that he stole it. Shannon said it.
Yeah.
So that's. But it was said. I mean,
no.
I get it.
So Ricky never said he stole the role.
Right.
He said he came back. They told him he was playing Santa Claus. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
At no point in time did Ricky say he stole that role from me. He said I shot for that character.
Right.
Which Q already confirmed and said I came back and it was like, all right, well, you gonna play Santa Claus. He was like, all right, cool. Which means, because was there now this is where I'm kind of fuzzy on details at. Was there a scene with Money Mike and Santa Claus together on the movie in the movie?
You said no. Was there what?
Was there a scene with Money Mike and Santa Claus during the movie? No,
I don't think so.
At what point in time would Katt Williams see Santa Claus complaining that he ain't Money Mike?
What do you mean?
So this is how movie works. This is how movies work.
Yeah, help me out.
In a movie, the only people on set. Now you might have some extra people just come in and just to watch or whatever, but the only people that need to be there are the folks in that scene.
Oh yeah, right. I mean that's okay. Yeah, because if your scene isn't shooting, you're not going to be sitting there and just watching other people's scenes or whatever, right?
Most of Santa Claus's scenes were most of them. There was a couple of outside shots, but most of his shots were shot inside of a building of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
All right. At what point in time was Katt going to see him complaining that he wasn't playing Money Mike no more?
What do you mean?
This
He would have known that before he stepped on the set.
Huh?
He would have known what role he had before he stepped on the set.
Who?
Anybody. I think before anybody steps on the set, generally
no, they don't. They don't.
Know.
That's not true. That's not true. So I've been in a movie.
Okay, yeah. Please tell us about your movie being an experience. DJ,
I'm alive. My dreams are alive. So I was in a movie when I was in 8th grade because I wasn't even aspiring to be an actress. My mother made me do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had no intentions of being an actor, not actress, actor. But my mother made me do it, and I got into the movie when I was in 8th grade. But one thing about that was the only actors on the set was the ones in that scene. And a lot of the times they shoot scenes based on the location. So like if we got a bunch of scenes in this one spot, we'll try to shoot all of those scenes in that spot. Yeah. So we can get up out of there and move to whatever's next. So movies are not shot in order.
Right. It's not chronological.
They're not shot in the chronological order. So 9 times out of 10, unless somebody just ain't got nothing to do and just hanging out on set.
They're not going to be there.
Huh?
I said they're not going to be there.
Right. The actors who are not shooting that day aren't on set. So
I mean, but no. But Katt Williams was though, because if you remember during his interview, he said that he was homeless basically at the time. So he and his children were living in his trailer.
Oh, he did say that. You were absolutely
right. Say that. Yeah. So he was on set. Well, real quick, shout out to Stab His Ass Again and you Woods. What's good? Uhura. How you doing, Miss Lady? I'm glad you decided to join us. Thank you for tuning in and checking out Ask Blackman with us while we're getting ready to go in on our State of the Union of Black folks. But please, sorry about that. But please,
it's all good. It's all good. So all I'm saying was, Ricky Smiley didn't deserve the tongue lashing that he got based off of what he said during that interview. Right. I don't know the specifics of what happened on set because I wasn't there. I'm not going to even act like it. However, out of everybody, and don't get me wrong, I legitimately enjoyed the interview. I thought it was entertaining as hell. I laughed my paper bag brown ass off. However, I do not think Ricky Smiley deserved what he got. And when you since that interview, anytime you say to somebody, Katt didn't have to do all of that, the first thing they're gonna say is, well, they attacked him first.
That is true. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Yes, that does happen a lot of times, and it's to me it seems like it's weird. It's a weird space when people always will try to act like that this person in prominence, politician, actor, whatever, like this person is now is the embodiment of what's going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? Right. So now they can align and be like, and so now it's like Katt Williams he's doing the stuff that I'm doing. It's this weird, to me, it's this weird connection that seems to be happening with people like that. And I'll say for me, I never looked at it like that. I just looked at it as the fact that he was speaking, as people say, his truth. You know what I'm saying? He was speaking his own truth of whatever he thought that was, however he felt it was. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't necessarily mean that is the whole, but that's his version of it. And of course, as a comedian, you always gonna try to say something that's gonna get people to be like, oh man, I need to check him out again. Because like I said in my last live talking about him, I mean, he's on tour right now. He's literally on tour right now. So why not be like, you know what? Let me do this interview. Let me say some stuff. Maybe if I embellish a little bit, if I make it sound a little bit more colorful than it actually was, or I add in some that, and the whop the bam, that maybe I can get more people, more asses in the seats.
That's my other issue.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
Chris Rock
Yes.
got slapped by a
Yeah, he
dude
did.
at least 6 inches taller and at least 60 pounds heavier
Heavy.
than him on national TV.
Yes.
And black folks swore up and down it was a publicity stunt because Chris Rock was going on tour.
Well, see, here's no.
Yeah.
I can't. No. I hear you, but I can't make that the same at all because
Hold on.
Katt Williams.
Give me one second. Hold on.
I'll let you keep going.
Issue.
Sorry. Real quick, I want to acknowledge this. There were some comments. We got some comments. Uhura saying that Flip Wilson was the prominent black comedian before Red Fox. I'm sure that's in connection to my previous live when I was saying that I couldn't remember who the guy was. Thank you very much, because yes, it was Flip Wilson. And his name escaped me. So thank you very much for helping me out with that. Then it also, brother, stab his ass again. I love
that name.
I love that name. Hey, stab his ass again. I love that damn name.
It's a great name.
That is a great fucking name. But he says Ricky seems two-faced.
I mean, once again, I don't know him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of people get to acting like they know these people, or you know what they're doing is somehow what they're doing is in alignment with them. And that's what I'm talking about. That's why I tell people, or that's what I was meaning when I was saying like people have these weird connections, these weird what do I want to say, like surrogate type connections with politicians, people of prominence, just people out there in the zeitgeist or whatever, and they try to act like, whoa, that person is doing something, just like me. Just like,
yeah, I mean,
no.
So like, I don't know Ricky Smiley, so I can't say whether he's two-faced or not. I'm not.
I don't know these people at all.
I don't know Katt Williams, so I'm not going to sit up here and say he's a liar. What I am going to say is, in the truth, there's his version, their version. So the truth is somewhere in the middle. Sometimes somebody's telling the total truth, but at the same time, like I was saying before, there were people that thought Chris Rock's slap was just to help him get ticket sales.
Yeah.
Katt Williams is going on tour. You mean to tell me Chris Rock gets slapped by a dude way taller and heavier than him on national TV in front of white people, and that's a means to get more ticket sales? But Katt Williams can't come on Club Shay Shay and just say a bunch of stuff and don't think that's going to increase his ticket sales?
I mean, sure. You don't think that will happen? I mean, see,
no, I believe that.
No. But here's the thing. I think it's different. I think it's absolutely different because on one side you have a person who's playing the bully in Katt Williams, and on the other side you have someone who's playing the victim in Chris Rock. Ain't nobody trying to go see victims. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but see,
who's going to see a victim?
That's why Chris Rock made it very clear he's not playing the victim.
But sure, and that's what I'm saying.
Also
that's what let people. That's one thing that had to let people know that what he was doing wasn't.
Katt's not playing the victim.
No. I'm saying that's what he had to do to let people know that the shit was real. It wasn't a fucking gag or some. Because I was, when it first popped up, I was thinking the same thing.
I wasn't.
I was like, this is weird. Wait, what is this? Is this real?
I didn't think it was fake at all. But the reason I'm saying that, so what I'm saying is,
sure.
Now, keep in mind, I'm gonna say this again. I enjoyed the interview. There were some great one-liners that I can't wait to call somebody a fat face on lie.
I knew it.
I can't wait.
You a fat face on lie.
Boy, I'm just waiting for somebody over 250 to say some stuff that I don't believe. You are fat. I'm going, boy. I can't wait to use it. However, based off of what he did,
right,
you now have people attacking social medially Ricky Smiley, Cedric the Entertainer,
sure,
Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish, based off of an interview.
Well, here's the thing. Did not those people that you just mentioned, did not some of them have some shady shit already that was going on about them? Like, it didn't take Katt Williams to say that Steve Harvey be on BS, because Bernie Mac would have told you that. You'd have known about that from.
Did Bernie ever say it?
You'd have known about that from Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb said it.
But Bernie,
no, hold on. Gotcha. So then with Cedric the Entertainer, if that's a joke that you did on the infamous, the infamous, I don't want to say infamous, but the famous, the world known Kings of Comedy tour, and that's one of your jokes that you used to close your act, are you going to admit that you stole that shit?
Is Katt going to admit that he opened his very first comedy special with a JB Smoove joke?
That's same thing. Corey Holcomb called him out on that.
Gotcha. Yeah. But what I'm saying is this.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hold on. And then Tiffany Haddish, the shit with the kids. The shit with the kids that she did with Ari Spears. You didn't hear about that?
I don't know. I don't.
So she's the reason she's not doing anything right now. The reason you haven't heard much from Tiffany Haddish except for like being on the Byron Allen show, is a Byron Allen produced show, is because she has this whole thing of what is she went out and trying to remember what she did. Oh, she did this skit with Ari Spears before she was known with her friend's kids, didn't tell the friend that the kids would be involved, and Ari Spears was doing like some very pedophilic type stuff with the kids.
So
and Tiffany had, to this day, the kid is like a 17, 18-year-old boy now. And he's still fighting. He's like, I ain't gay. He's got a whole thing, a whole issue now, because people are coming to him like, hey man, you on some gay stuff? You was doing some gay stuff? You know what I'm saying? So Tiffany Haddish was a part of it. Hold on. Wait. Then Kevin Hart talked about this whole thing about Katt Williams and his whole thing of being like, you talking about the white man, you talking about the white man. But then Dave Chappelle said he called out black folks. So it's like, which one is it? Is he mad at black people or is he mad at white folks? You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
my take on that is this.
Go ahead.
Kevin Hart responded, because keep in mind, Katt Williams has been attacking Kevin Hart for some years.
Yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I know he freestyled against him. Told me, he's like, what do you want? We can do rap, freestyle. We can do rap, basketball, comedy, whatever you want. I'll do it.
So this is what irritates me.
Mm-hmm.
So as we want to talk about all the stuff Tiffany Haddish did and Kevin Hart did, and Steve Harvey did, at what point in time are we going to acknowledge that literally before this interview, we looked at Katt as the dude that stole a 14-year-old boy?
So what?
What you mean, so what?
So wait. So because you get beat up by a 14-year-old boy?
No. Listen to what I said. What I said.
Yeah, he stole on a 14-year-old boy.
He snuck.
He tried to sneak a 14-year-old boy, and that boy put him on his back.
That boy put him out. Now, keep in mind, I didn't say he fought one-on-one with a 14-year-old boy. He literally punched that 14-year-old boy in the face, who did not have any clue it was coming. I saw him grab the 14-year-old boy by the neck. I didn't see him punch. But either way, I saw when the 14-year-old boy put him on his back. I did see that. No. Katt, they were literally talking to each other. Katt punched him in the jaw first.
Well, we got a comment that saying, didn't
14-year-old.
that 14-year-old hit him first?
No,
Okay.
Katt hit the 14-year-old. See, now this is my irritation with black people.
And this is how the state of black people began. Please continue.
If you didn't see it,
right,
don't speak on it. Yes. That's my whole thing. I literally I can go pull up the video when you see Katt talking to this kid, and Katt just goes off and hauls off and hits this kid. Now, how many black mothers are going to sit up here and defend? If you got a 14-year-old who's smart about the mouth and a man who is taking care of you and this kid goes off and punches this kid in the mouth, how many of y'all gonna run to Facebook saying, this man? Nah, because he's Katt Williams is different. Real talk. If I decide I'm gonna hit the chick I'm dating, her 14-year-old son, because he's being disrespectful to me, and all now I'm talking about me. Am I gonna get dragged through Facebook by the females, or am I gonna get applauded?
I mean, you're gonna get drugged.
Exactly. Now, the killer is, because of this interview, we gonna really sit here and act like we never saw this. That's my issue. Like, my thing is this: we don't need to be bandwagon jumpers or hypocrites.
Okay.
We legitimately in the community, we legitimately talk about hypocrites all day long, but at the same time, the same folks who will sit up here and say, yeah, Steve Harvey do this, Cedric the Entertainer do this, and this person do that because of the interview.
Sure.
We'll sit up there and applaud and praise Megan Thee Stallion and all these other chicks for whatever they do to make it in the industry.
Well, I don't
both ways.
I don't know that that's the same crowd. Because
how?
I'm saying for me, I don't know that that's the same crowd. You know what I'm saying?
I think it is.
All right. And that's fair. That's fair. I want to get into some comments before they get too long. Snap! What's good, King Tiny? I see King Tiny in the building. What's good, Heather H? I appreciate y'all. But all right, let's go back to the way. All right, so stab his ass again, man. Stab his ass again is like the perfect. Oh my God, I love the name. Anyway. Stab his ass again. He says, you don't have to know. So I'm going back. This is going back maybe about 10 minutes in the conversation. So I'm just go back and I'm gonna just read the whole thing. He says, you don't have to know somebody to know that they full of shit. Uhura says, I thought he was smart as fuck for making people pay for his side of the story. I think that's a good thing. She says, Katt irritated me with his constant self-inclusion on everybody's careers, and he almost lost me when he implied Prince was copying his car collection. Lie on anyone else but Prince. I don't play that. I don't play that shit, she said. Heather says, I didn't watch the whole interview. From what I saw, it's obvious he has some sort of mental illness. Sure, there were funny moments, but also some cringe moments as well. Stab his ass again said he's grooming kids. Talking about the Aries Spears thing. Uhura says that Tiffany and Aries thing was years ago and wasn't bad enough to not get made though. I honestly think it was. It was nasty. When I saw it, it looked.
1 second.
First of all, Aries Spears is a creepy looking dude to me. He's a creepy dude, and then him with kids, shouldn't be there. And the things that he was trying to do with the kids, to me, is even more so. So I'm gonna just go leave it at that. Then let's see. Then we have one that says, what else we got? Oh, I'm sorry. Heather says, I hadn't heard anything about Tiffany and Aries. Uhura says he's mad at white folks for making the industry fucked up. He's mad at black folks for falling in line with the fuck shit. Man, keep the realness coming, Jess. I appreciate you. Then she said, "Oh, there's a lot of disrespectful teens out here." Heather says, "I heard about that, but never cared to watch that." Okay, all right. So anyway, so yeah, I don't know what happened to DJ Hercules. Maybe he'll come back in a second, but I just feel like with regard to all of that, right? So this is about the part where so I was just kind of giving some background to show like this. So this is a conversation that he and I had already had, right? And eventually, like I said, our paths started to diverge, and you can see because he has one opinion or one point of looking at it, and I have a different version, right? And I'm sure we're about to get into the ludicrous part of the conversation. And when I say ludicrous, I'm talking about the Illuminati, not the fact that it was ridiculous. So there was a
what did ludicrous ever do to anybody?
Hold on. Let me bring him back in because your camera was out for a second. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I had to use the bathroom. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. Well, say something, man.
Well, I said I'll be right back. I ain't want to say I have to go take a piss on national YouTube, but
I mean, but you just said it.
I did, so fuck it. I'm sorry.
Here we are. So, like I said, eventually, like I said, the conversation ended up going to ludicrous, and I think that was where we really started.
Yeah. So my take on it is.
Hold on. We got one more comment. Uhura says, "I'm in agreement with you. I just feel the lashback they received was a bit much. I would have preferred the script writers get the backlash." That's it.
I mean, at the end of the day,
yes,
Ricky Smiley, to my knowledge, I'm not going to say it's never been done, but to my knowledge, Ricky Smiley has never done anything to anyone. And once again, you played the clip. He didn't talk about Katt in a malicious way. He just said, I had the role first, which Ice Cube confirmed. Yeah. My issue is that Katt did that interview and literally immediately the majority of the black community that's on social media dogged Ricky, Cedric, and Steve. Now, out of the three, I don't care if you dog Steve. I honestly believe Steve have done some doggish stuff. However, if you're about to sit up here and tell me that Ricky, out of all three of them, out of the three of them, Ricky Smiley deserved that, you wrong. Because he never said nothing. He didn't attack Katt. All he said was, I had the role first, which has been confirmed. And my issue right now is that this is my personal thing. Sure. I don't like bandwagon jumpers. Don't jump on a bandwagon because you heard something, but you have no evidence of what's being said. It's a bandwagon. That's literally what it is. Yeah. Did Cedric take the joke? Okay, yeah, Cedric took the joke, but also in that interview.
So you admit that Cedric may have taken the joke?
Yeah, I'm admitting that.
Okay.
So, but I'm also saying that if you listen to Cedric, you've.
I about to say, you see the comment?
If y'all want more,
confirmation of Steve's deception, just go to Samuel Jackson.
Didn't I just say I totally understand? You notice that Steve is the one person I'm not defending right now, right? I literally just said I understand if people want to criticize Steve. I get it.
Yeah, you said
I literally just said that.
You did.
However, if those who actually watched the Cedric interview, as opposed to just taking Katt's word for it, he said, this is what happens in comedy. People will take a part of a joke.
Oh, do you want to show that? You want me to show that?
Show it again. Yes, please.
All right, I'll pull in the clip, ladies and gentlemen. I'll pull in the clip. All right, let's see what we got. So it was the Cedric one, right?
Yes, sir.
You're gonna have to help me out where that was. Oh, it's not that long. So yeah,
it's not long at all.
What's going on with the comedians?
See,
I
we'll pull that one up real quick.
Week,
Pause it. I don't know. It's like it's weird because it'll auto play. That's weird. As soon as you click on it. All right, let's see. Huh. And it still shows it up as the Blackman show, which is weird because it should be. Maybe I didn't change.
No, it's the Blackman show because I put it in a timeline for today.
No. I'm saying this clip. It should, like when I share the clip, it should
timeline.
No, not your playlist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm changing the name right now. No deal. All right, no big deal. Okay, so we'll play this, show this, and boom. Oh, not that one. This one. No, sorry, this one. Here we go. All right, so we'll see what can you see it?
Yep.
All right.
What's going on with the comedians? I just saw last week Michael Blackson and Katt Williams beefing. Michael Blackson said something about, comedians could be forgiven. I think he said that Katt Williams smoked crack. Katt took offense to that. We see Monique and DL was going back and forth. Monique has since apologized. But y'all like rappers. Y'all can't we just get along? Man, what's up with the comedian?
I need the chains, man. We like rappers, man. I would need a little baby chain. No, I think that again, we live in a world where we definitely more accessible to people. And the idea that somebody makes any comment about anything, then people could take that any sound bite, cut it up in a way that makes it an offensive statement, right? And if people take that, and we live in a world where that comes to fruition, then you have a lot of misunderstandings. You do have people jumping on these things for the idea of the fodder of it all, like the idea. So half the time, those incidents don't even, be real. Like, again, people end up apologizing because they go like, oh, I didn't even have all my facts. Right. At the time, I didn't know, I was just mad. And it comes off good because we all live in this. If I put it on my Instagram, then it's true. Right. So that's what I really feel that's happening in the world of comedy now. Because it is a bunch of measurements about who is the best and why, and who, and some people base it on money, some people base it on funny. Right. So, and people start to measure themselves about that kind of thing. Right. And, luckily for me, I'm just from a generation where we out the way, at least for me. Like, I don't. Well, you and Katt, Katt say you stole one of his jokes. Yeah. It was ridiculous. You know what I mean? It was like the idea of the joke that he was even
came back just in time.
Don't even match up with no timeline. So for me, it was one of those things like.
Did you have a conversation? Did you guys sell it? Did you have a conversation with Katt?
Well, I responded to him the way he responded to me, but that's what I said as well. I've seen Katt, even before then, I've seen this guy 30 times. Like, dog, if you literally was that upset about it, like, dog, why didn't you say nothing? Like, that don't even make sense. This is some internet shit, and that's all I can say. So, when I responded to him, he didn't respond back to me, and I left it at that.
Okay.
Do you feel that someone else has stolen some of your material?
Oh, that's a part of this business, right? Like, and I think that sometimes it's intentional and sometimes it's not, right? Like, like I would say, sometimes people will hear a joke or take a slice of your material and make it their thing, right? But the origin of the joke came from you, right? And so that's happened. That's a part of it. That is not an uncustomary thing. Right. Now, everybody knows that comedians, your job is to write original material. Right. Your job is to have original point of view. So I'm not saying that that's not something that can't happen.
Okay.
This particular thing didn't happen, but in general, yes, I've had people take my joke. You hear?
Did they make it funnier than you?
So here, all right. So all right. Did we get it? I think we got enough of this, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So we got enough of that, right? So what? Here's the thing. Cedric is talking about he is people have stolen his joke. What joke? I want to know what joke. What to me, the only jokes that really stand out to me that that my cousin Cedric the Entertainer has said or somebody else's jokes?
Okay,
No.
so
Because let me just give a little bit of background, right? So I remember when he did the Kings of Comedy and all that. When he did this particular joke, I was like, I heard this before. I honestly remember, I was like, this sounds familiar. I didn't remember where, but then now here it is, 10 years, 20 years later, whatever. Katt Williams, I'm like, that's probably where, right?
Right.
Then so I was like, I didn't like it. I didn't particularly think of Cedric like as that funny. Like, to me, I thought he was the least funny of the Kings of Comedy.
I thought it was Steve, personally.
That's the thing. Cedric and Steve, to me, was both like bottom tier. Then you had DL, then Bernie. You know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, that's the way that went. But I feel like he was like I was like, okay, cuz this ain't it. And then when it came to the point where he did another special, and I'm watching the special, and I'm like, this dude is doing a joke from Designing Women when Meshack Taylor told the story to Delta Burke. And I say these names because I actually watched the show and I remember the episode as a little kid because I was watching it with my brother who was gay. So you know what I'm saying?
No.
I remember watching that, and then when I saw that, I was like, you know what? I'm done with this dude, because how dare you rehash this of all jokes?
Now
it was too.
I got you, but this is what I'm going to say.
Go ahead. And I'm sure that's probably, and that's why, as kids when we would be part of the book it programs and have the Scholastic people come through every month, and they'd be like, you can order these books in $2.95 and all this shit, all that stuff. And you have the kids who have money, because people like you and me probably didn't have no money, but you had people who had money, and they'd be like, oh, my mom's got me this little joke book, and so it's all these little stupid little jokes. It's like the same jokes for 8 million people who to read the little joke book, right? Cool. That doesn't mean that you should use that to base your career on them.
I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
Keep in mind, the only reason, and like I said, the Bominicious joke just came out recently.
I know, and that was horrible.
That was not, no matter what nobody says.
Yes,
he never did the Bominicious joke during the Kings of Comedy tour.
No, he didn't.
I'm saying that because that is what people are trying to say. Oh, he did it during. No, he never did it during the Kings of Comedy. It was during his last comedy special. Number 2. As he said,
yes,
people will take a part of a joke and make it their own. Does it make it right? No, it doesn't make it right. However, Katt has done the exact same thing,
and I called that out in my last live.
Yeah, I'm not denying that. However, what happens is people ignore that.
But see, here's the thing. I think it's more to it than just a theft. I think it's more to it than just a joke thing. So I think, because I think we're starting to kind of get into the weeds, and we need to pull back out a little bit, because I don't want to just stick so much on that part.
The reason I'm saying it's different is because Cedric's joke was different.
It was like it wasn't verbatim.
Exactly. The only thing that was copied was the movements of being in the car. Katt copied a whole joke.
He did.
He just used a different song.
Yes, he did. This is the shit. Yes. And
if somebody
I remember that, because I remember when
JD
our good friend Warren used to come to school all the time. That was his favorite joke.
My thing is this: you literally took a whole joke and changed the song. He changed the joke. He just used the movements.
Okay.
So who's more guilty here? Is Cedric more guilty for using the movements that you used, or is Katt more guilty for using a joke and just changed the song?
Even if I mean, sure, they're both guilty. How about that? I don't know about who's more.
I'm fine.
Why do we have to worry about who's more guilty?
No,
They're both guilty.
I'm fine with that. But
they both have sinned in the eyes of the Lord.
Exactly. But you know who's not catching hell for the sin that they've caused?
Katt Williams, because he's got way more jokes than just that one.
No, he does have way more.
And that's the thing, because that's what I'm saying. He's not even known for the stuff he did on Comic View.
Bull.
No, I mean, no. Bull. I mean, don't get me wrong. He was funny and dope on Comic View, but he's not necessarily known. I'll put it like this: for me, people like me who didn't have cable. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So he's not necessarily known. He's known by maybe in small sectors, sure.
So but once again, this was Katt's first joke,
right? In
his first special,
sure.
His first joke in his first special.
Yeah, so, he's probably nervous as hell.
What you can't do.
He's probably nervous as hell, bro. And I'm not saying that gives him a right. I'm not saying that gives him a right, and I'm not saying that makes it okay. But I'm saying if you come out, you probably want to make sure that you got whatever you got the feels that you think is going to make people, bring people to your side. You're going to do that thing.
But what I'm saying is,
sure,
don't be a hypocrite.
Yes.
Don't sit there
I agree with you.
Don't sit there and say Cedric stole my joke. And keep in mind, most black folks don't even know who JB Smooth is. Why? JB Smooth.
They only know him from the MGM betting commercials.
No. JB Smooth made his bones off of what was that HBO special?
No.
The dude who did Seinfeld.
Oh, you talking about
God dog it. Hold on.
Isn't it David something?
Yeah, it is David something. Hold on.
Yeah. I know you're talking about that. He looks like an old Seinfeld, old Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, but JB Smooth made his bones off of that show.
Yeah.
David,
but that's what helped to put him into, especially that put him in the good graces of white people.
No, that put him in the graces of, because keep in mind. So
I mean, because not a lot of black people were watching that show, and they definitely weren't watching it for him.
That's because black folks have a tendency not to watch stuff that's good because white folks are in it. But that show is amazing.
Okay. So let me go to what Stab His Ass Again says. He says, is this like stealing beats?
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what this is. That's what the equivalent of this is. Mm. You stole a beat. You know what I'm saying? But we know everybody does it.
Mm.
We know everybody does it. It's the same thing. The difference is that Katt, while he will sit up here and excoriate Cedric the Entertainer for taking the motions, because keep in mind, the two jokes are different.
Sure.
He took Katt's motions. Yes, he did. I will admit that. I have no problem with that. However, Katt stole JB Smooth's whole joke and changed the song.
He did.
But
I mean, it's like JC said, you made a hot line. I made it a hot song.
I got you. But people still criticize Jay-Z for stealing KRS-One stuff.
The blueprint.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So here's the thing. So are we not allowed to be inspired by other people's stuff?
No. So my thing is this.
So you're saying if you do, you should acknowledge it and show it and
No,
tell people
my
that you.
thing is this: if you are inspired by somebody else's stuff and is very closely related to what you're doing, don't complain about nobody doing the same thing to you. Don't be a hypocrite. That's my whole thing.
Okay.
So you want to sit there and say, "Oh, Cedric stole his joke. He stole his joke. His joke is different. The joke that Katt stole is the exact same thing."
Okay. So
it's a
all
different
right.
song.
Okay. So tell me about your thoughts on the whole Illuminati thing.
Okay. So Ludacris.
Yes.
Who thinks about Ludacris? Even when he's in the movies, nobody is thinking about Ludacris. Let me explain. Okay, so and I'm going to explain from my understanding of the Illuminati. The Illuminati is old, rich, white, powerful money that is intent on taking over the world, right?
Taking over?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Taking over at some point in time to take over.
So they haven't taken it over yet?
No.
Huh.
No.
Okay.
Through Catholicism.
Catholicism.
Yes, through Catholicism.
We've been hearing more about Muslims and Christians and
no, sir.
Wiggers than we're hearing about.
No, the reason I say the reason I say Catholicism.
Because of the connection with the Pope and all that, the Vatican. Okay,
yes,
okay,
sir.
All right.
So you get where I'm going, right?
All right, keep going. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
So, from what I've read, and I didn't read 3,000 books in a year, but from what I've read.
Oh shit! Okay, go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
From what I've read, when world domination comes over, it'll come through the Pope.
Okay. Huh. Okay.
All right. That's why I said Catholicism, not Christianity. There is a difference.
All right.
All right. So, world domination will come through the Pope. When the world gets to a point where it's just so jacked up that somebody has to take control, and it will be the Pope. All right.
It will be the Pope.
It will be the Pope who is under the control of the Illuminati.
That's the order.
That's the order.
Pope, Illuminati.
Yes.
And they collectively, Pope down here, Illuminati up here, collectively are moving to control the world.
Yes.
Huh.
The reason I say that is because
Stab his ass again says, look up Albert Pike. You're talking about the former leader of the Masons. He was the Masonic leader.
Masons are, because like I said, Masons are part of it.
Okay. So you think with the Masons and the Catholic Church, Ludacris ain't part of that equation?
So once again,
going back to the Katt Williams interview,
who is thinking about Ludacris right now? So this is what I'm going to say.
Sure.
If I want, so as they say, I don't say this, but this is what they say, whoever the hell they is. Whoever they is.
Sure.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was making the world believe he did not
that he
exist.
didn't exist. Sure.
Okay. So if I'm in power, and this is just my personal opinion. This is my personal opinion. If I'm in power and my goal is to have world domination, I don't need Ludacris.
You don't need what?
I don't need Ludacris. Do you know who I need?
Who do you need?
Denzel Washington. Do you know who I need? You know who else I need?
Go ahead, please.
Katt Williams. I'm going to tell you why.
I mean, maybe on the Katt Williams side. This part is new. Please go ahead. So you want Katt Williams and not Ludacris on your Illuminati
Absolutely.
Team. Okay.
Why? Ludacris ain't done shit since Stand Up. What did him for? If I'm in power, and I need to keep the power, and I need to control the black people, I need Denzel Washington, and I need Katt Williams. Why do I need Katt Williams? Because he's going to say all the stuff I need you to say to make you believe we do not exist.
Katt Williams is going to say that?
Based off of
why do you need people to believe you don't exist?
You already
are trying to control
greatest trick.
People already
the greatest.
So the Illuminati is the devil?
Yes. Absolutely. Hold on.
Okay.
Carry this conversation on. I'll be right back.
All right. So, man, I gotta, give my man a little reprieve because he's not when he gets into the liquor, unfortunately his bladder starts to shrink. So I don't know what that's about, but I will say, and I'll say this to him, and I've already said this, but in my opinion, if you are looking to control a people, or if you're in a position where you're looking to have control of a people, the last thing you're going to do is try to seek out the people that they know and try to convince those people to be in alignment with you. Denzel is on his own thing, single mom, raised, super Christian. Single mom raised, I believe, had didn't have a minister for a father, Christian father. I know that. Very Christian background, very stoic in his positioning. Getting somebody like him to join my side, if I'm on the side that's on some underhanded stuff, to me that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because what you're doing or what you're saying is, I need to focus my energy as the party that's not trying to do a whole lot, that's not trying to put a whole lot of energy or emotion or not trying to invest too much into the people that I don't really care too much about anyway. What I'm saying is I'm going to make that investment. So why would I invest so much into somebody like, and let me put you back on, Hurt, but why would I invest so much if I'm looking to take over the world? Hold on, I'm not finished. I didn't even say what I said.
Go ahead.
Why would I look to promote somebody like Denzel Washington, who is already stoic in his position, knows where he is, knows who he is, knows what he is. He can't be bought. Why would I want somebody like that when I know I can get a Ludacris? I can get a Ludacris on the corner for $12. I can buy a Ludacris for nothing and make people think that he's a Denzel, and not even make people think that. No, not make people think that. Sorry, that's saying too much. But put him in movies on the same pace as the man that everybody else respects, to the point where people are saying, who is this guy? And I'm not saying just Ludacris, because there's other actors and people out there that people have seen, and we've all said, why is this dude still acting? He's horrible. He's the worst. So personally, the way I look at it is, if I'm looking to take over the world, if I'm looking to make some sort of plea, or not even a plea, if I'm looking to actually take over or tell the world that, hey, Seven's in charge and now we under the Blackman regime, then what I'm going to do to the people I don't even care about is promote somebody that they don't even care about and say, this is the guy that you need to focus on.
So,
and make them focus on that, because here's the thing. You and I have been on this live for what? An hour and 15 minutes already. We've been talking about Katt Williams. We ain't said nothing about the Ukraine. We ain't said nothing about Russia. We ain't said nothing about Israel. We ain't said nothing about Palestine. These are real things that are going on in the world. But people who look like you and I, who got all this going on, we talk about stuff like this without pause, without even thinking about that this means nothing in the grand scheme of things. But we'll spend so much time talking about it. Go ahead.
So the reason why we're not talking about the Ukraine and what's going on in Russia is because at the end of the day, the United States is one of the most powerful nations in the country.
Powerful doesn't mean we can get fed. You know what Ukraine has? You know what Ukraine does? You know why Ukraine is important?
Please tell me.
They are the number 2 wheat producer in the world.
Thank you for proving my point. Thank you, sir. So,
what? I mean, if go ahead, please.
Okay, this is why you don't bring a Ludacris on. If I'm in power,
yes,
I need 2 people. That's it. I need 2 people. One that black folks believe, one that black folks don't. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, if I can get a Denzel Washington, who every black person loves, to go with my agenda, I'm good. But you know what even makes it better? If I can get a person that black folks just absolutely don't believe. And when I say don't believe, I mean a person who is forefront in social media. This is why I say Ludacris is irrelevant. Ludacris is irrelevant.
He might be.
I
mean, in the grand scheme of things, absolutely, he probably is. But
exactly. So, so here's the thing. If I've been in power for centuries, right?
Sure.
And I say, one of you two light-skinned, sharp-edged,
sideburns having,
right, with long hair,
right,
gonna be a part of this. Y'all have to decide who.
Real quick. Side note, I think it's kind of hilarious that the Illuminati picks people based on their hairstyle. Go ahead.
So my thing is this: do you think you're going to be able to tell me no, and I don't immediately kill you?
Why? Why would you immediately kill me?
For the sole purpose of not being able to tell this stupid story. Now, granted, hold on.
Go ahead.
Granted, when you are in charge of the world, make no mistake about it. Regardless how smart you think you are, they're 2 steps ahead, bro. So don't think for a second I'm going to bring first of all, I'm not going to bring both of you. Like, if I bring you 2 together in a room, one of y'all ain't coming out. What reason?
Here's the thing. But see, here's the thing. Maybe that was the initial way that they did things. Maybe that was how people like some of our leaders ended up killed, because they was like, okay, we need to just go extreme. But all right, he ain't feeling it, kill him. You know what I'm saying? But if there's a person who has access or has had access to the things, and now they no longer have that access, and all they have is the story and nobody to back up that story,
bro,
but they keep on talking about it, makes them look like an idiot.
No, it may at the same
time. Or like I say, a useful idiot. Along the likes of,
at what point in time have you allowed,
along the likes of Katt Williams, along the likes of Dr. Umar, people who like to bring attention to them, and then bring attention to them, and then get you riled up, get your energy up, and then do absolutely nothing with that energy.
And what do you think Katt Williams is? First of all, let me explain something to you.
Katt Williams, go ahead.
No, stop.
But
First
here's
of
the thing:
all-
Katt Williams doesn't have nearly as much the reach as a Umar or a Farrakhan.
What? You don't think since that interview?
Oh,
Katt Williams-
wait. Prior to the interview. I'm not talking
Okay,
about.
so once again,
sure.
so-
Maybe
don't
he's
so,
maybe
bro,
he's increased or maybe he's moved
bro,
up.
let me
Help me out.
let me set an example for you.
Sure.
Okay. You work for me.
Yes.
I need somebody to either spread my message or totally disregard it. Say stuff so stupid that you're going to disregard it.
Right.
You know what guess what's going to happen? You either going to be my talking boy or you're going to be my, oh no, this don't exist. You know what I'm not going to leave open? Loose ends. And I'm sorry, bro. No matter what you say, the world, when it literally comes to power, don't leave loose ends, brother.
But see, here's the thing though. Here's the thing with loose ends. When you have power, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you have power and you know you have power, and then you decide to say, well, I don't really care about these people, but they're making a lot of noise. I'll elevate somebody who they don't even care about and let them focus on that.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. What do you mean? Nope.
That's not true at all.
I didn't. I'm telling you how things work. I mean, these are things that actually take place.
What proof do you? So here's what I'm saying. At what point in time? Now, keep in mind,
Sure.
I'm not talking about politicians here. I'm talking about world domination.
Politicians are focused on world domination.
No, politicians are not focused on world dominations. Politicians are focused on whatever little shitty area they have to look over. Let me explain it to you.
I'm sorry. Presidential politicians are focused on world domination.
Presidential politicians are worried about the U.S. They are not worried about world domination.
Is not the United States supposed to be the policeman of the world?
Once again,
so if you're control the United States, aren't you?
We are talking about area. We are talking about areas as opposed to war. There's a difference between.
So okay, go ahead. Let me go ahead. Please.
Okay, so when you're focused on world domination, so okay, I'm gonna give you a good example. How did the National Security Advisory? I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. How did Homeland Security come about? Because
Katrina.
of what?
Katrina.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, granted, that's a national occurrence that we had no control against, but you're not gonna make me believe they didn't know that shit was coming.
They didn't know that what Katrina was coming?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're not gonna make me believe for a second they didn't know that shit was coming. And instead of one of them folks and getting prepared for it, they used it as a means to gain power. How do we get Homeland Security? Because of 9/11. You mean to tell me the apparently greatest spy network in the world.
We got go ahead. Sorry.
Had no clue what was going to happen on 9/11. I refuse to believe it.
Oh no, I feel like 9/11 was an inside job. I honestly feel that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why do you think these things are allowed to happen? So people will say,
but wait. Hold on. So let's just use 9/11 as an example, right? Let's just hold on. Use this microcosm of 9/11, right? Expand it out. Now let's say, okay, now we're only talking in the context of 9/11, right?
Right.
So in that context, is not or the people who they say that the perpetrators, the 12 guys, the passport that somehow survived the freaking collapsing building, exploding plane, and all that stuff, and just landed on the freaking ground completely intact. That all happened. So are we supposed to sit and think that all of that took place because these people who are now being, or who were at the end of it being blamed for it, that they were they were on board with everything that was happening?
I'm sorry, what is your question?
Because so here's the thing, because you keep acting like useful idiots aren't a real thing, and I'm saying,
no, I'm not
these
saying
people, I'm saying the people, 12
thing.
people that they keep saying these are the people who had something to do with 9/11. Look at them. We need to go get all these folks. Look, it's 12.
No, I'm not saying useful idiots aren't a useful thing. What I'm saying,
sorry, what? You said what?
I'm not saying that useful idiots aren't a thing.
All right.
What I'm saying is,
All right,
unless Ludacris is getting ready to get into a private jet and run into the White House, Ludacris is irrelevant.
but here's the thing.
What I'm saying to you is this.
Go ahead.
If I'm in power, I need two different types of people. I need two people who are on the totally opposite sides of the spectrum. I need one to convince people that what I'm preaching is true. I need one to convince the total opposite so that they disregard him. My thing is this. I don't need Ludacris. I need goddamn Katt Williams. Why? Because some of the stuff that he says is so ridiculous sometimes. How do we believe this? And my thing is this.
But hold on, wait. Isn't that exactly in the same vein of a Dr. Umar or Farrakhan?
No, it's not, because keep in mind.
So
Dr.
Umar. Here's the thing. Dr. Umar just came to Kansas City last month, right?
Right.
Came to Kansas City, talking all this. Hey, brothers and sisters, my brothers and sisters, we gonna. I need another school. Wait, hold on. He's talking about all this stuff about he needs another school. He's looking for another school to do great things in because he has such a great record, right? Then
you don't have a great record.
Hold on. That's what he said. Then right after he left Kansas City, a brother came out and did a whole video of circling the school that he bought out there in wherever the heck it is. I'm sorry.
Keep talking. I got you.
Do you think? Right. I'm see. There he goes, ladies and gentlemen. Biology is just not his friend. Anyway, but so this brother, just like weeks later, after Umar came out and came here in Kansas City, talked about brothers and sisters, blah, blah, blah. And he's selling a book for $50. A $50 book, brother. Jermaine, what are you doing? Jermaine, thank you, Delaware. I appreciate you, stab his ass, Delaware. Yeah, again, how many black folks in Delaware? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? So if you have somebody like a Dr. Umar, all right, Hercules is back. So if you got somebody like a Dr. Umar who is sitting there talking about, I got this school in Delaware and I've done all this great stuff. And the HVAC and we had to get black folks in, and black folks didn't help out. And we ended up having to give the money to the white folks, brothers and sisters. But we need to get the contractors and all that stuff, only to find out nothing has happened while he is here in Kansas City talking about, I need another school so I can do the same thing again. So I can do the same thing again, brothers and sisters. So all of that is nothing but game. In my opinion,
but guess what? There's a difference between self-interest and doing what I need. So the reason I don't think
no. But at the same time, at the same time, you are keeping the weirdos who follow you keeping them occupied. Same thing with Farrakhan. You're keeping the people like you might. Here's the thing. So I remember when Patrice O'Neal kind of talked about this, right? Patrice O'Neal said that people like Farrakhan will say all kinds of dope, pro-black righteous stuff, and people be like, yeah. But at the same time, he's sticking his fingers up his ass, so he seems like kind of a crazy person. So nobody really mess with him. So it's like if you might say something that's dope and wild or dope and collective that speaks to the people and really touches their hearts and says, hey, you know what? Let's all be part of this collective. But at the same time, you're sticking your fingers up your ass and doing weird shit, so nobody really takes you seriously to the point they're really, really ready to act in your name.
So here's where.
So that's what I'm saying. So there's nobody who. Go ahead.
I got you, but this is what I'm saying. This is where me and you differ.
Like I said, we've been on separate paths ever since.
We have, but this is where me and you differ. The person I employ ain't gonna be no goddamn on doubt.
Ain't gonna be no what?
There's not gonna be any doubt where their allegiance lies. Now, no. Listen to what I'm saying. If you were to say Farrakhan was part of the Illuminati, I'd believe that before I believe Ludacris. Why? No. Okay, here's the thing. If I'm in power, I need two people. I need one person.
And that's the thing.
Wait, just hear me out. Can I say what I'm going to say?
Yeah, say what you got to say. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I need one person to preach my word to the black people.
You need an evangelist.
Huh?
An evangelist.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But I also need a person so out the pocket that people are either going to A, believe he's crazy, or going to follow him, because I need to identify who is totally and wholeheartedly against me. Now, if you're gonna sit there and now keep in mind, I literally just came up with that in my head right now. Okay. So if you're gonna tell me that is not a
maybe you should have thought about that. And the only reason I'm saying that is because you're saying you only need two people. I feel like if you are really trying to run again the world, you're gonna need more. You're gonna need more than just two people.
I don't need more than two black people. I really don't.
Okay, go ahead. Please explain. I'm okay. So for the people that's watching, for the 6 people that's watching right now, all right, I've been put this out there. Let me know if you roll with DJ Hercules or if you roll with what he said. Good DJ Hercules.
So I'm gonna say this.
You give your pitch right now to how
my pitch.
Right. You go give your pitch to you gonna say this is your plan for world dominance. But you give yours and then I'll give mine. We'll see what the people think for the 6 people that's watching.
If I'm trying to dominate the world,
sure.
Now let's take this into account first. Black people are not the majority minority anymore. They're not.
Black people is still more black people on the planet than anybody. Go ahead.
No. The planet. However, I gotta get the U.S. first.
Well, it was never. We were never the majority in America.
We weren't. However,
except for unless you consider the point that we were like the Aboriginal people of America.
No, let me say it this way.
Go ahead.
You can't take over the world without grabbing hold of America.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say this: if I'm taking over America,
yes,
I need 2 black people. All I need is 2. That's it. If I'm the Illuminati, I need one person to convert to Catholicism. Yeah. I need another person to make converting to Catholicism so stupid that they will totally disregard this individual.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
I need one person to go for it. I need another person who has no logic in their. But what I'm not going to do is tell them I'm doing that to them.
Sure. Right.
Okay. So if I'm the Illuminati,
Mm-hmm.
will I bring Katt Williams in? Absolutely. Am I bringing Ludacris in? Hell no. This nigga ain't had a hit in God knows how long.
But we're talking about
let me
we're talking
finish.
about
Let
15, 20
me-
years ago.
Let me finish.
He was hot 15, 20 years ago.
He was never the hot nigga. He was never the hottest
He got
dude.
rap album of the year.
He was never the hottest dude on the charts. Now, if you were to tell me Jay-Z said this, I would take a little more credence to it.
Why?
Because Jay-Z is married to the most money-makingest broad on earth.
She ain't making more money than Taylor Swift. No offense.
She's not, but
Then
she's
he ain't married to the most.
Listen
Then
to
he's not married to the most money making.
Wait.
on the
Okay,
planet.
let me rephrase.
You just, no. You
Wait,
that
let me
just
rephrase
your-
that.
That
Let
refutes your
me
entire
rephrase
argument.
that. He's married to the most money-makingest black chick on the earth.
He's not, because Oprah's still making more money than her.
Oh my God. Okay. Let
I'm
me
just
rephrase-
saying.
Okay.
He's not.
Let me rephrase that. Oprah does nothing anymore. All Oprah does is produce. And
Bad
so
movies.
Oprah's not in the public media. You know
All
who is? You know who has a following? You know who has a Beyonce? There is not a black person on this earth that has a bigger following than Beyonce. I don't need to get to Beyonce. I need to get to Jay-Z. Why? Because she knows exactly why she married that dude.
Yeah.
So I don't need a Ludacris. But you know what I do need? I need a Katt Williams to say shit that makes us think that we don't really exist.
What is he saying to make you think that you don't really exist? He said that. Oh, I'm sorry. And you're talking about in your scenario. My bad.
Yeah, this is my scenario.
Okay.
And in my scenario, so once again, if I am in the business of world domination, nigga, you're not gonna tell me no one think you about to walk out the door. Like no. Even in the drug game, which since we want to step in and stereotype black folks, let's stereotype these niggas based off the TV show.
Oh no. We were stuck to. I wanted to make sure you were making your pitch.
I am making my point.
Okay, this is your pitch to bring people onto your side.
If I offer you
of the Illuminati, and I'm gonna, so when you're done, I want to bring people to my side.
Even in the drug game, I'm gonna make you an offer. And once again, I'm talking black folks to white folks. I ain't talking about black folks to black folks.
Sure.
I'm gonna give you an offer. You either take it or die. Anybody in the drug game knows that's how that shit go. If they don't kill you, they're gonna kill the folks around you.
Right.
So at the end of the damn day, you're not gonna sit here and tell me that Katt Williams is not working with them to discredit them, or he's working with them to discredit them. Let me say something to you. There is no group bent on world domination that's going to let you discredit them and let you live, bro. It don't happen.
So, all right. So you're saying, so I want to make sure I understand your pitch to join your version of Illuminati. You're saying basically, you're like, all right, I only need 2 of y'all. And
no, I'm saying I'm just giving you my opinion.
right. This is your version of the Illuminati. This is
Right.
DJ Hercules. This is
Exactly.
Illuminati colon DJ Hercules version, right?
Right.
DJ Hercules 1.0. Okay, so this is your version of it, and you're
Yes.
saying that in that version, you only need 2 black folks to control
Yep.
all of black people.
Yep.
Because you need one person to be part of your agenda, and you need another person to be against your agenda.
Totally against it.
What about the rest of the world? You don't care about the rest of, the rest of the white people. You don't care about them?
The white people?
I mean, you only talk so far, you're only focusing on 13% of the population, whereas Latinos have reached 20%.
That's because that's the part.
And then
of the
you got white people who
that's because that's the part of the population that can become a problem.
okay.
I don't have to worry. Like, if I'm white, I don't have to worry about white people.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go with whatever the majority is.
Mm-hmm.
That's been proven in American history. Regardless how they may personally feel about it, they're not going to rock the boat. Black folks will rock the boat until somebody says there's no reason to rock the boat, or there's every reason to rock the boat. Okay, that nigga's crazy. We're not going to sit there and we're not going to listen to him. And like, bro, if you don't believe that, just look at history. Bro, why do we vote for Obama?
Because he's black.
Thank you.
I mean, let's be real. Yeah.
Thank you. We voted for Obama because he's black.
Obama.
And the killer part is black folks legitimately believe that Democrats are fighting for them. They're not. Democrats are fighting for power.
No, I don't think so. I think the Democrats are fighting for complacency. But I want to hold on. So here's the thing. I want to make sure that you are did you get everything out in your pitch?
I don't know. Do you have
no, get it all out, because I don't want to say what I got. I don't want to say what I got to say, and then you be like, no,
I'm always going to have a rebuttal.
And wait on me to say something, and then come back with some new info.
Wait, I know, because I'm always going to have a rebuttal, so I'm never going to say that's all I got to say.
Go use
never,
bathroom, and I'm gonna say
because I don't know that's all I got to say until somebody says some other shit. So that's what it is. I'm not one of them.
Right on. We've been drinking. It's all good. All right. So I'll say this. If I were to actually let me go back. I want to make sure I acknowledge, and once again, stab his ass again. Perfect name. You have won the internet. In my mind, you won the internet, sir, because stab his ass again is like the perfect name. I like saying it. So anyway. You say if you read, you will know. If you read on the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Morgans, royal bloodlines, Adam Weishaupt, you have a different view. Cat not lying. I know about all of those except for Adam Weishaupt, so I guess I need to read up on Adam Weishaupt. But yeah, I feel like you feel. And then you say famous people play with them symbols, and that's what the real Illuminati do. You mean like this one? You know what I'm saying? And symbols like that. You know what I'm saying? Symbols like that one. You know what I'm saying? Like that one right there. That one. You know what I'm saying? Then he says the best way to hide the truth is to put it in front of you. I absolutely agree. So I'll say this. If it were me, right? If it were me and I had it, you know what I'm saying, I had my druthers, and my choice were to say, you know what? Let me go about world domination. I would take a absolute nobody that people don't think about, don't care about, don't know, and promote him as somebody. Make him, you're somebody. Now, you may not be somebody of prominence to the point where you have to make speeches and all that stuff, but I would establish him to a point where now he's to a point where he's a figurehead. He can be seen. And now because he can be seen, he is somebody that people have to focus on. Even if they don't want to, if nothing else, they have to say, why this guy? You know what I'm saying? So if nothing else, they have to do that. At the same time, I would focus on, I wouldn't even worry about focusing on a religion, because my personal belief is that there isn't it's not as coming through the Catholic Church or what have you. If my version of the Illuminati would be to let people know that the church is a place that you need to go for refuge for the stuff that I'm actually bringing on, but all the while the church is also in my pocket. So I wouldn't let that on, but the church would be a part of what I'm trying to do. The church would be a part of my project because I allowed the church to be, if you know what I'm saying. So at the same time, I would allow somebody, going back to what I was saying, I would allow somebody like a Ludacris or somebody who people don't know about or haven't even focused on. And I'd say, you know what? Put this person in a position to where people are saying, again, why him? And why not this other guy? And while they're bickering back and forth, they can bicker back and forth for days, weeks, months, years. What are me and DJ Hercules doing right now? It's been an hour and 45 minutes. We've been sitting and talking about one interview. What's going on in Ukraine? What's going on in Palestine? What's going on in the rest of the world? You see what I'm saying? We still have, like, there's all this stuff that's going on in Israel right now. And like black people generally don't talk about it, don't even really know much about what goes on with the Jews. We don't know about what's going on with what happened with that we don't know why all the billionaires are building bunkers. You see what I'm saying? Like if I were the person who were in charge of the Illuminati, I let people think that religion is real and it's going to save them from whatever I'm bringing on. And I would allow all the religions to fight amongst each other, because that provides a smokescreen for me. I'm the one because my numbers are very few. It's probably only like 13 of us. So I have a very small number. However, space, my power and my impact is such that I have the ability to take other people and bring them on board and say, well, okay, you can be a part of it or you cannot. And if you decide not to, that's cool. You can say not. You can say no. You can go out and talk to the people and tell the people of my whole scheme and say, we're going to go against whatever. But I've got so many people who are already on my side that whatever you're saying isn't going to make any difference. So yeah, you can go get a Denzel all you want, but I've brought all the minions around him to the point where it doesn't even matter who you put in that in the middle of that circle. They're not going to be moved because I'm the one who controls the circle. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when I say the use of a useful idiot. I'll say, what's your number? What's your price? And if I can, and again, if I'm on the or in the space of world domination, then I'm gonna say, oh yeah, okay, cool, we can take care of that. Yeah, that's all you need. Bet. All right, I'm gonna give that to you in this many increments over this much time. You'll have that, no problem. But in the meantime, in between time, or maybe there will come a point where I'll need you to do something, and you better not say no, because at that point, then I will take you out. See what I'm saying? So, and especially if you tell somebody that, oh my God, like, to me, that's the real game. That's the real game, and that's how you really take somebody and you say, you know what? I have controlled this person, or I have controlled the space or controlled the area such that even if they decide or think that they're moving on their own accord, whatever they're doing is still to my benefit. That is real power. That's real power. When people think what they're doing, whether it's pro or con to what they want, whatever they're doing still benefits me or the real power in charge. That's ultimate control. You see what I'm saying? So this whole thing of seeking world dominance like DJ Hercules was talking about, to me, my opinion is that they're not seeking it. They're just looking to maintain it. You see what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Stab his ass again says, I'm not trusting no nigga who wears a dress. And I'm only saying it because that's a quote, because generally I don't say the N word. But he said, you don't trust anybody who wears a dress. So you're going back to that part. And listen, I'm with you too. So that's why I would be like, okay, cool. Did Ludacris wear a dress? He didn't wear no dress. See what I'm saying? So, but he's not really that great of an actor. He comes out every 2 or 3 years with a new Fast and Furious movie. That's about all he does right now. It's not like he did Crash and all the Fast and Furious. Other than that, what has he done? He hasn't done a whole lot. So if that's the case, it feels like he's not necessarily a person of prominence, but for whatever reason, he keeps getting roles. He keeps getting, and I get it. It was a long series movie or whatever the heck. Okay, cool. So sure, he's part of that series. Even though he's part of that, that doesn't necessarily mean that he is the person that is what do I want to say? That he's able to move the crowd. He's just able to occupy them to the extent that they have to question why this guy. And that begins this conversation. That's why me and DJ Hercules are having this conversation right now. Again, we've been sitting here almost 2 hours basically talking about the same shit. You see what I'm saying? Meanwhile, government, politics, lots of things are going on in whole other countries that nobody knows about. A lot of black folks don't even know who the governor is, their mayor, their alderman, who controls and how the government locally works, the stuff that really impacts who they are and where they are. A lot of black folks don't even know that part, but they'll focus so much on Hollywood and look at this person in this reality show and all that stuff, to the extent where it's like, okay, that's maybe that's the game. Maybe they need to focus more on that stuff. No, it's not that they need to focus on that. It's the fact that that's what's promoted more. And again, if I'm the power, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep you looking at reality shows, stupid stuff on the internet, watching TikTok all day, looking at Facebook shorts, YouTube shorts. I'm gonna keep you looking at all kinds of stuff. Meanwhile, I'm training me as the Illuminati, my version of it. I'm training robots to take your job. Robots who are learning your language and learning how to speak in full sentences and full realms and trains of thought, whereas you are now relegated to speaking in emojis, stickers, and short clips. See what I'm saying? So I reduced you to nothing more than a generator of sound and bytes and sound bites, whereas I've created a system of computers who will replace you, who can think better than you. That's what the Illuminati really would do, at least in my version of it. And then when people started speaking up and stepping up and saying, oh my God, do you see what's going on? They're creating a whole bunch of robots and stuff to replace us. Then I would elevate somebody like a Ludacris, somebody like Ludacris to say, hey, you know what? This person, you need to talk to this person. Talk to Ludacris about it, because Ludacris will help you out. He'll do absolutely nothing, but he'll look like he listens. He'll look like he cares. He'll give you the he'll give you that look. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like there's nobody who is really on that page to say, you know what? Let me get out. Going as far as just promoting my page, promoting my version of Illuminati. That's what we're talking about. So if I were going to promote my own version of Illuminati, I would say I would do exactly those things, and then I would say, hey, Ludacris, go out and talk to the people, and maybe, you know what, I might need you to wear this vest because it's too many of them, or I might need you to go out and make a speech because they need to hear a word of positivity. But I need the word of positivity to not affect me at all. Because if it does affect me, well, then I'm going to take you out. And even if I take you out, guess what? That's going to make the people focus on you and your death, not the fact that you were fighting against me. See what I'm saying? Either way, it benefits me. That's what the Illuminati, at least that's what my version of it would be like. So again, and now we're down to 4 people, but you all let me know. Would you roll with DJ Hercules' version of the Illuminati or mine? Because personally, I feel like we are already seeing in various places useful idiots. Look no further than somebody like Tim Scott. Tim Scott, who's running for president. This the brother looks like Dumb Donald from freaking what was it, Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. Like what are you doing? And then you got the nerve to basically fillet Donald Trump on stage to tell him how much you love him. Meanwhile, black folks are looking at you like, what are you doing? N-word. What are you doing? How dare you? You see what I'm saying? And that keeps us in conversation talking about that instead of talking about the overarching real issues that are affecting us. Because Tim Scott ain't got no impact on what's going on in Chicago. He ain't got no impact on what's going on in Kansas City, but we'll talk about it. See what I'm saying? Katt Williams has no impact on what's going on in either of those cities, but we'll talk about it. We have no problem talking about it. So it's just interesting to me that we'll have so many conversations about we'll have so many conversations that have nothing to do with the real things that are going on, because these are the things that are more so important to us in our small little conclaves that have nothing to do in the grand scheme. And that's fine. But again, if I'm the Illuminati, that's what I want. Now I know DJ Hercules, you probably missed the entire.
No, I saw all of that. And I literally said you just pretty much proved my point.
How did I prove your point? I feel honestly. I'm sure we both feel like our versions of the Illuminati is best. I want the people to judge. I want the people to judge.
I'm going to
put a 1 to 7 in the comments. Put a 7 in the comments if you think your boy 7 had the better version.
I mean, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you.
Or put a DJ in the comments if you think DJ Hercules.
I'm going to be perfectly honest when I say I really don't give a damn what any of y'all think. Y'all wrong, because I'm going to tell you this. Like
I'm just talking about this.
Put all your 7s in the comments, but I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. At the end of the day, when it comes to world domination,
yes, sir,
I don't need somebody who's a minority to roll with me. I just really need to make them believe that I'm not really there. Like at the end of the day.
So who's doing that for us now then?
Well, no, hold on. Just hear me out.
Because I have examples of my shit.
No, give me a second. Give me a second.
All right, I got you. All right. Do you think? I'm gonna let you cook. Let you cook.
Once again, he talked about if he was in power, if I am in power, I need 2 black people. 1 to go along with what I'm saying.
Sure, one to go.
1 to totally go against.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because the person who's going to totally go against is going to break down every single black person who may feel the same way, but because they're not on their page, they're going to tear down every single person. I need that person to tear down. I need you. Your purpose is to go along with everything I'm saying. Your purpose is to go along with everybody who is not saying what I'm saying right now. And the reason that's important is because you can talk about Umar all you want. Umar has not had a pertinent, a successful school since he started talking this. He hasn't. It is just that simple. So yeah, I can say, yeah, Umar. So to be perfectly honest with you, if I'm in the Illuminati, yeah, Umar, keep it going. Keep it going.
Right.
Why?
He's a useful idiot.
No, he's not a useful idiot. He's a person that's pretty much proven my point. That
What's
no
the
matter
point? What is your ultimate point? Give it right now. What is the point?
My ultimate point is to, number one, these folks who talk about this black empowerment stuff, they have nowhere to go. Period. They have nowhere to go. So my thing is, yeah, I'm gonna use Umar. Hey, brother, if you keep pumping this black empowerment stuff, I'm going to keep pumping money into you, because at the end of the day, it's going to show that it just does not produce fruit. At the end of the day, all I care about is results.
You as the Illuminati, all you care about is results.
Me as the Illuminati, all I got to show is
you
the
wouldn't.
numbers.
So you wouldn't bring an Umar on because
No. I would absolutely bring an Umar on, because no matter what he tries to do, it fails. He brought a school on, it failed.
No, he didn't bring a school on. He hasn't.
Actually, he did. No, he actually did.
What school?
It was a school in Cali. It failed miserably.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, I would absolutely use Umar. Yeah, follow Umar. The school failed. You are an absolute prime example.
But see, here's the thing. What wouldn't as somebody who thinks that Umar could be a good version of a useful idiot, wouldn't you allow him to stay out there?
No.
Listen, hold on. I ain't finished. Wouldn't you allow him to stay relevant, avoid being arrested or anything like that, avoid being persecuted, because it ultimately helps to fit your agenda? Because as long as he's there, he provides a smoke screen.
What's easier to prove? A school full of people who just can't pass whatever test I set for them, or a dude who's actually righteous that he's unrighteous? Which one is easier to prove? I'll be right back.
I think brother DJ Hercules needs to go see a urologist about the problems, but or stop drinking. Anyway, I feel like you would have to. I don't know. I think my thoughts would be to, like, for Dr. Umar, you would have to have him as someone who is gonna say all kinds of crazy stuff, and my job as the Illuminati would be to keep him. Again, I wouldn't approach him at all. I wouldn't say anything to him. He's already crazy. He's already absolutely nuts. So let him be as nuts as he wants. And I don't mean nuts because like clinically. I don't mean like that. I just mean in the sense that a lot of stuff he says is off the wall. But he only talks about, but he generally or primarily talks about black folks. So if he's mostly talking about black folks, then I'm gonna let him do his thing, because what he's doing doesn't affect me at all.
I'm gonna tell
what
you
he does. No. What he's doing is keeping black folks occupied.
No,
real quick. Real quick. Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna go to stab his ass again. Stab his ass, because hey, he been giving us content just with the name, so I'm gonna give him props for what he got to say. He says, first he says, I'm not trusting no N-word who wear a dress. Then he says, them agents, producers, directors be freaky as hell. Then he says, Democrats F the country and black people up. Then he says he disagrees. I think he was saying he disagrees with you. He may be saying he disagreed with me, but I thought I read that when you were writing. I was talking. I'm sorry. Then lastly he said Umar can only scam those that don't do their homework.
So that
Go
pretty
ahead.
much goes to what I'm saying.
Okay.
If I'm in power, I'm gonna let Umar say whatever he does. So here's the thing. Here's the difference between black people and white people.
Oh.
Results versus feelings. I personally don't care about your feelings. If I'm in power, I'm gonna let Umar say whatever he wants to say. Because at the end of the day, he has not produced results. Period. He has not produced results. So Umar's not even an issue of mine. I'm not thinking about Umar.
Wait. You're saying Umar hasn't produced results?
Yes.
Exactly. So your job. So listen. So your job as the Illuminati is to keep him from the police, from any sort of regulation boards and all that stuff.
You know
keep
what's
him
worse?
from being persecuted. That way he can keep pushing the hustle.
No, I don't have to push the hustle. Do you know why I don't have to push the hustle?
You don't have to. No. You're not pushing the hustle. He is. All you're doing is keeping him from being arrested.
Do you know why I don't allow
him persecuted?
No. Do you know why I don't allow?
Stab his ass again. Said just like Biden, no results.
No.
Continue.
Do you know why I don't allow him to push the results?
Sure. Go ahead.
Because what's more beneficial to me? A black man that tried to do and totally failed, or to keep pushing this black man that totally failed. This is what I'm saying. With
Okay,
Umar,
go ahead.
This is what I'm saying. With Umar, I can keep saying, hey, y'all should listen to Umar. Y'all should join to his shit. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Or I could say, go ahead. Be with Umar. Do whatever the fuck he wants to do. And when that shit totally trashes, I could say, I told y'all that motherfucker wasn't buy shit.
I mean, yeah, you have the opportunity to do that, but if you do that, then that means you have to come out of hiding to do that. You see what I'm saying?
I don't have to come out of hiding because at the end of the day, like most black people, I knew this shit was not going to work. So here's the problem. Y'all really think that the Illuminati is thinking like white people. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Okay, who's in? So the Illuminati is not thinking like white people?
No, they're not.
Who is it thinking like?
Let me.
I'd love to know that.
Let me say it like this.
Please.
Let me say it like this. When you know what your opposition is thinking, you don't have to put nobody in front of them because you already know what they're going to fucking do. And regardless of what you say right now, black people, for the majority, not all, but for the majority, have shown what they're willing to do, which is jump on a goddamn bandwagon. And if you don't believe that, you are seriously underestimating the black community. We are bandwagon jumpers. We are, for the most part, cultural appropriators. The same thing we accuse of Elvis of doing, we are now doing right now. We just don't acknowledge it because of the sole fact. Oh, but Elvis would at least, I don't care what y'all say, Elvis admitted where he got his love of music from.
Right. He did.
Black people will never admit where their mind frames came from, how they think came from, and I don't care what the fuck you say. Keep in mind, in the 80s, 90s, we were not mass murderers. We were not mass suiciders. We were not goddamn domestic terrorist. What point in time in Black history, up until now, do Black mothers feel the need to dime out men who whoop their children? We have officially taken on appropriated white culture. Keep in mind,
Okay.
the movie I'm Gonna Get You Sucker.
Oh, wow.
What was the
taking
one
it
scene
back.
in that movie that everybody thought was absolutely ridiculous?
You said what was the what?
The one scene that everybody thought was ridiculous. Kenan Ivory Wayans went into a room with Anna Marie Johnson trying to get some, and what does she do? Take off her hair, take off her leg, take off her butt, take off her tits. This is where we're at as Black people, whether you want to admit it or not. A lot of Black women have totally disregarded Black culture. You can't disregard Black culture by wearing a weave and tell me at that point in time I'm disregarding Black culture because of my views. No, you don't get to do that. You can't sit there and tell me, oh, he talking like the white man. You're dressing like the white woman. You are literally positioning yourself to be like a white woman with your boob job, with your BBLs, with your big butt implants, and all that other crap. All I'm saying is we need to go back to where we were in the 80s. Hard times make strong men. Strong men make weak times. Weak times make
strong men.
No, weak times make weak men. Weak men make hard times. No, keep in mind. This is what I'm saying. I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah, help me out because you lost me.
Hard times.
Sure.
Make strong men.
Hard times make strong men. Yes.
Strong men.
Strong men
make easy times.
Make easy times. Easy times make
easy times.
Weak men.
Make weak
men. Right. Weak men
make hard times.
Hard times. And hard times make
strong. So it's a cycle.
Strong men. Yes.
So right now we're in the weak times phase. And I'm going to tell you why we're in the weak times phase. We can't whoop our children. 7. Let me ask you this. How many times have you been whooped by somebody who wasn't your mama?
A handful. Like aunties, uncles, you know what I'm saying?
How many videos have you seen on social media of somebody correcting a Black child about something they were doing wrong, and the parent comes in and says, don't you say nothing to my kid?
Way more than the handful that correct.
Weak men make weak times.
Yeah.
Weak men make for soft times. So
I guess then in going in what you're saying, then this is part of the process.
It is part of the process.
So then you as the Illuminati should be okay with this then, right?
Yeah. As the Illuminati, I would be fine with this. The problem is I'm not part of the Illuminati. I have a problem with all of this.
You ain't get that email from IG when the Illuminati was
I'm not
like,
part of the Illuminati, bro. Like
we see how you move and we want to do some.
The minute Black women started going along with the put your kids in timeout phase, we were lost, bro. We were lost.
Real quick, hold on. Let's see. I want to add. I want to go to the comments real quick. I'll make sure I do this. So we've got Umar, so Stab His Ass. These are all from Stab His Ass Again, because Stab His Ass Again has been doing nothing but providing us with the best content.
And I love Stab His Ass Again.
Stab His Ass Again. I'm gonna make sure when this is done, I'm following you. So whatever it is you want,
I've already followed him.
I'm with it. So he says Umar can only scam those who don't do their homework. He said it. I said it already. Then he said just like Biden, no results. Blacks were Republican, but they jumped to Democrats who also made up the KKK. Smiley face or laughing face. Then he says, I know history. Then he says, a lot for me. I'm 44. Moms gave the neighborhood full range. I'm not sure. He said, oh, he's subscribed to the channel. Appreciate you. All right. But I'm not sure what you mean when he says moms gave neighbors full range. But I do want to, hold on. I do want to make we've just had a new person added to the conversation. So I want to make sure that they're able to join in and say what they got to say. I want to bring in CD Broadcasting for a quick, just to see what they have to say real quick. What is going on, CD Broadcasting? You are now on the show. What's good and how you doing? You are now on the show, and you got to unmute yourself if you got something to say. What's good?
Greetings to my brothers, the Blackman Show, and at DJ Hercules. It was beautiful just to see the two of you guys right there. And I started reading the comments. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? What is going on?
What's good with it?
Good to see you. It is good to see my brothers doing well. I thought y'all heard me talk about how I'm like, yeah, all my brothers, they still in shape, but I'm the fat boy now.
Dude, you was hella cock diesel back in the day.
Man, if you tell my lady
you peaked early.
Yeah, the black Arnold Schwarzenegger, but that's okay.
That's all good. It's all good. So, what are you thinking about the whole? So, right now we're at a point where we're talking about Illuminati versus us, I guess. Like our so we were talking about it. Initially started off talking about the Katt Williams interview, and DJ Hercules was talking about how he didn't necessarily agree with Katt Williams' rendition of the Illuminati or his story of the Illuminati, them picking Ludacris, because he's like, who the hell is Ludacris? And if he were to do the Illuminati, it would be a whole different way. Whereas I'm saying that Ludacris, in my version of it, would be a useful idiot to keep people occupied while I got to worry about what's going on in the Ukraine. What are your thoughts?
I'm thinking it's about fire to be on this board. Sir, okay, so I got to say what I tell people. First of all, we got to realize that we are operating behind enemy lines.
Absolutely.
But you got to realize you have to know how to operate behind enemy lines. So the words that we choose to use are very critical, especially during a conversation like this.
Sure. Absolutely.
Glad you suited and booted, but I wasn't ready.
It's all good. I'm on my 7 cameos today. I'm on my 7 cameos.
Hey, it is good. Okay, so man, I steer away from this topic. I'm glad this is your show, not mine.
I appreciate you joining in with us.
Hey, anytime I can, you know. The brother who been making the comments in the chat, I got to give it to him for just coming out. Really, he said something very interesting when he says that you can be fooled if you don't do your own research. So,
hey, Stab His Ass Again been coming with nothing but jewels today, for real.
Yeah. I thought his name was a little. I'm like, well, dig that. But when you read
I just like saying Stab His Ass Again. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, Umar did some scamming now. But now when we say Dr. Umar, he did play behind enemy lines.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I mean, we all are. When we all start off, we're all behind enemy lines.
Right, play their game. So he played that game, and he was like, "Ooh, I can make some money off my people." But the key is to realize that these things exist. Study where you can, but realize that they are watching everything I don't care if you do turn off notifications. They can't see your phone and left you completely off the grid. They know about you and your kids. So you have to realize that's existing. The Illuminati has been a title that's been given to the top 5%. But if you go and research, that drills down to about less than 5 names, 3 names that became 5 names. And I'm saying it without saying the names, yes. That they had a spot that they talked about what they was going to do 50 years before what we sitting here talking about what's going on.
Right. That's true.
So when you say that, you like, man, all you can do at this point is do your best to know what's going on. But it's only to the knowledge that they allow to be given out still. I had to wave because I don't know about you guys, I am not in the top 1%. The top 1% are the only ones who can say what's going to happen. And they literally are. Top 3 and top 5, go with it or die. Under 5%, man, bend over. They showing, they doing it.
So you feel like they're like, regardless of what you do, you're gonna fall subject to whatever the powers that be are, or whoever the powers that be are.
Enemy lines, you're gonna eat the food the enemy allows you to get. As long as you're behind enemy lines, you're gonna get what they allow you to get. I don't know if you watch Memphis news. Here you go. My turn.
I don't.
Because broadcasting gonna tell you about the things we need to know. You understand? They had a brother just got popped for doing the mail delivery, just like they've been doing for 100, 200 years. Mail delivery of weed in Memphis at the airport.
Wow. So he was delivering. He was a mail carrier.
It's legal in certain states. You understand?
I get you.
When you're shipping, you can ship it. You can ship it. It's legal in certain states. Certain states you can buy it just like you went and bought a pack of cigarettes at the corner store. They have their own dispensaries and all of that. They're in some gas stations, depending on what level. But my man was having it shipped. They said, nope, that's enough. Brother, it made too much money. Let them get that. Why? Because they don't get the taxes when they come to states that are not legalized it. But the states that have legalized it, they're not tripping because they're making the same money. Actually, they say less money, but over the long run, they'll make more money by not incarcerating people for it.
Okay.
But he just got popped here in Memphis, Tennessee, where it is still illegal to have cannabis.
You know, it's still federally illegal though. So the ATF can come at you at any point.
So you understand that's why the mail department got into it.
I understand
that's
that.
Why the feds won't let it go. The feds ain't gonna let that go. Why? Because it's another part of taxation that they can't get involved in, and that's coming to the U.S. They're gonna come. I'm gonna shut up there. I'm gonna let y'all.
It's all good. I appreciate you for tuning in. CD Broadcasting. Shout out to my boy Kalos from the good old Spit Eye from Chicago back in the day, but now he living in Memphis doing this thing. I appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in my brother DJ Hercules. We're gonna keep it going. I appreciate you though. Thank you.
I'm with y'all.
Absolutely.
So what I'm saying is, what's more effective? So, like, once again, we're talking about the Illuminati.
Yes.
Now, even though nobody here no one here is discrediting that the Illuminati exists. But in history, when it literally comes to power, anybody who challenges that power dies. It is simply.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, no, and okay. I'll give you that. Absolutely, because you're not supposed to challenge it. If you are somebody who acknowledges it, that's different than challenging.
No, it's not.
No, it is. It is because because Katt's been acknowledging it since. Remember when he told the joke about, and he was like, you get to a certain spot and you get to a spot and you start seeing the people you got a whole lot of rooms.
So
and all of a sudden
question
you're
is
going to a whole lot of rooms and all the rooms.
In his acknowledging it, is he bringing more credence to it, or is he dividing the race? Because
he's making a joke of it. That's what he's doing. He's taking the thing that's serious and making it seem less so.
You think a fat Faison lie is not a joke? So my question is, if I'm literally making a joke of the controlling of the black race, are you a hindrance or are you a benefit? And once again, I'm going to say this again. I love Katt Williams as a comedian. However, this is the same man I saw watch punching 14-year-old. Let me rephrase that. Sneak punch a 14.
Sure. That's okay. I got
what I'm saying is this.
Yeah. We've been on it. We've been on it kind of long, so I don't want to keep belaboring your point.
Power,
sure.
What's the bigger is it more powerful to have someone we never really take seriously as would it be more powerful for someone who I can put on an interview and question the whole Illuminati? Was it more powerful to have someone who just go along with everything? Even if, like, what's more powerful? The person who says, oh yeah, so me and this nigga, the Illuminati asked me and this nigga to be a part. I said no, and they let me walk out the door, and they let this nigga make $20 million, even though after this 10 movies, he's still not relevant. But I can go on a podcast and literally change the entire black community's mind around.
Did he know?
Well, technically, he kind of did, bro. Because keep in mind, once again.
Okay, well, and you said technically, in what sort of way? Tell me.
So, what was Katt Williams before this interview? Katt Williams,
stand-up comedian primarily, who was pretty much, who was funny in the scenes that he takes and has been in.
Katt Williams was the guy who, number one, always hated on Steve Harvey. Now he's came out and hated on Cedric.
Right.
He's came out and hated on Ricky.
And we didn't even get into it. Go ahead.
However,
I was gonna say though, real quick, you didn't even get into the whole thing of how you disliked his Chappelle part.
So Dave Chappelle, who has been a gem in the black community, an absolute gem, he said Katt shouldn't have done that for the sole purpose that it fucks with other niggas' money. And at that point in time, and I showed you, I screenshotted the comments that were made against Dave after that point.
It was only 2 people, but yes, you did.
So like I said, you can go to the website and look at the YouTube stuff. We loved Dave Chappelle for, number one, his honesty.
Sure.
And granted, Dave Chappelle is not doing the same comedy he did before he made it big. But Dave Chappelle always has a point to what he's saying. And don't get me wrong, I love Corey Holcomb. That's my nigga. And you know what I'm saying? But Dave Chappelle has always, regardless of whatever he caught for his jokes, continued to do them, as opposed to some of the other folks who refused, who just said, I ain't doing those jokes no more. Like, bro, can you imagine if Eddie Murphy did Raw or Delirious during these times?
Couldn't.
Can you imagine Bill Cosby doing himself?
Or 49. Yes.
So, what's changed? Has we as a people changed? The comedy hasn't changed, in my opinion.
Hmm.
The comedy hasn't changed.
I mean, times have changed. That's it. Times.
Yeah.
I mean,
Times have
I mean,
changed.
we don't
But
have
just
women who are
because
wearing
times
like
have changed-
bustiers and freaking you know, like we don't have women who are doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
That's
Just to
my
go.
thing.
Yeah.
Have times really changed, or the people?
Yes.
So the reason I say that is because women.
I mean, there was a time when homosexuality would get you killed. So I mean,
it
yes,
was.
times have changed.
But we're not there.
And now we live in an era where LGBTQIA plus and
Run the world.
and all the LMNOPs are like a real are like a driving force. So yeah, we are definitely in different times.
Yeah, the alphabet gang runs the world.
Yes,
but make no mistake about it, that don't make the jokes no less funny.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Sure.
like, if the alphabet community had existed
Mhm.
during Ed Murphy's prime, would Ed Murphy be that dude that would just be like, all right, I'm just gonna concede and just not do these jokes? Or would Ed be the person that say, I'm sorry, would Ed be the person that say, these jokes coming out, whether you like them or not? Because at the end of the day, Dave Chappelle, regardless of whatever criticism he gets, he's doing these jokes regardless. He don't care. And I appreciate that. Not only do I appreciate it, I salute it. Why? Because we've almost gotten to the point where we are with exactly what Russia was in the 80s. When Russia said, you cannot
say like the big red scare.
This country that is bad.
Yeah, they're the big red scare. That was the thing. Yeah.
Where are we from the big red, blue, and white scare? How far are we from that right now?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, a lot of the countries who are colonial countries are already red, white, and blue flags. I mean, that's the UK. No, our flag is based on the UK flag. Australia's flag is based on the UK flag. At one
point in time,
you know what I'm saying? Like France's flag is based on the UK flag.
I'm not necessarily talking about the colors.
And then Spain's flag is based on the France flag. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like a lot of the countries.
But what I'm not talking about the color so much as opposed to the mentality.
No, I'm not talking. I'm just talking about the fact that somebody had to get. It's almost like a peon fee or a beat up. A pyramid scheme.
What makes America the big? So America was literally celebrated as the best country in the world because people could hold their fucking opinions. At what point do we say?
We could hold them or we could express them?
Because we could express them.
Okay, yeah, that's different than holding them.
Right,
everybody can hold them.
So at one point in time, we were able to express our opinions freely. We have appropriated a culture, whereas. Because keep in mind, the Ku Klux Klan can go wherever they want to in the United States and talk their black hate speech wherever the fuck they want to, and we have to accept it. So, if a comedian wants to make a joke against the alphabet gang, and one thing I will say, I've never been for a person losing their job because of their beliefs. Never.
Okay. Yeah.
If you hate all black people and you think black people should die, I don't think you should lose your job for that. However, an NBA owner lost his franchise that he paid for because he ain't want his side chick hanging with Magic. Now, this is where we get into the doldrums of free speech.
Okay.
Yeah, because keep in mind, at one point in time, it was like, this is America. You have freedom of speech. Now it's, yeah, this is America. You have freedom of speech. However, there
With
are
an
now
asterisk.
consequences to what you say.
Yeah,
What-
there's an asterisk.
Why is that different from what Russia was doing in the 80s? What's the difference? We can't say we're any different, because in all honesty, I think we're worse than Russia was back then. Russia's thing was, yeah, you can't speak against our government. These folks are saying you can't speak a group of people who chose to be in this group. This is what I'm saying. I'm gonna break it down like this.
Okay. Help me out. Help me out. Put it so the goats can get it, so I can
Gotcha.
understand.
You choose to be a homosexual.
Wait. Pause.
No.
I didn't choose shit. What? Wait. What did I do?
No. What I'm
I just said put it where the ghosts get it. All of a sudden you made me a
If you
homosexual.
are a homosexual, you
Damn it,
chose
no.
that lifestyle.
I'm sorry. N-word. No, my bad. My first time saying it on the show.
If you're homosexual, this is the lifestyle you chose. It's
Wow.
that's why it's called a lifestyle. You choose it.
That is true.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
You want to be a lesbian, you chose that lifestyle.
Sure.
If you want to be a trans, whatever the fuck, excuse my language, you chose that.
Mm-hmm.
No one is questioning whether you chose it or not. My thing is, comedians have made jokes about black people, especially black comedians. Joke about black folks all the time. We use the N-word, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. At what point did it get to where we can't, we can make fun of everybody but the alphabet crew?
But see, that goes to that statement, that infamous statement that says, if you want to know who's in control, find out who you can't talk about.
That's my point.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree.
So who can't we talk about right now?
The alphabet crew.
Alphabet crew, as well as who else? Who else?
Lesbians.
That's the alphabet crew.
Women.
Okay. Why can't we talk about women?
Okay.
You started us off saying you love women, so be careful.
I love black women. However,
Shit! Wait, hold on. Before you go in, I want to acknowledge the comments because we got some good comments from Stab his ass. He says Chappelle stuck on gay jokes. He says Obama to blame for the alphabet gang. CD Broadcasting, shout out to Kalos. He says alphabet, break it down and research alpha, beta, or words, sounds. Then he also says jokes always have had a meaning. Big Chuck, my boy from Robeson High School, was good. Didn't think I remembered that. He says, my truth is wanting too much fame and fortune has consequences, which is selling your soul to this evil cult or the Illuminati. Truthfully, we are the race that hate on each other's success. Stab his ass again says, America is a republic, not a democracy. Ask a Democrat, what is a woman? That's interesting because I actually have, I saw the video, the What is a Woman by, hold on real quick. There was a video by the guy, I can't remember his name, but the guy who wanted to do the divorce thing. Yeah, that guy. My wife, she stumbled upon that on her own, and she was like, "I'm interested in this. What is that? What are you talking about?" So that's interesting that you brought that up because she just happened to stumble upon that on her own. I didn't promote or push to that at all. And it's not like I'm trying to push Republican stuff because I don't believe in them or Democrats. Either one. I think they both hate us. Anyway, then Stab his ass again. Also says, ask a Democrat. He says the small hats. After he says, what is a woman? Then Big Chuck says, social media has created division again by us creating beef with black comedians, like beef between rappers and comparing athletes who are GOATs. This is how they keep us from uniting. Then Kalo says, anything they can use to divide us. Man,
So
shout out to both of y'all. Appreciate y'all for the comments. Thank you very much.
So
keep it
here's
coming.
my issue.
Yes.
Is social media dividing us, or are we choosing
division?
Exactly. So
Okay.
Here's my thing.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to use this as a means because this is the greatest debate in social media.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan versus LeBron, right?
Okay.
Some say Jordan is the GOAT. You got some folks say LeBron is the GOAT. Me personally, I say Wilt is the GOAT because his records will never be touched.
That's
However,
true. Comma space.
Exactly. People don't want to have that discussion.
Mm-hmm.
So I've come to the conclusion that people nowadays in social media want to seem smarter than everybody else.
Sure.
And that's where the division lies.
Well, I mean, it's funny you said the word lies because that's what it is. It's lies. Like we love lies are easy. It's easy to lie. It's easy to say I am this person. I'm that person. I can just make it up and keep it going as I'm online and just creating a narrative. Whereas at the same time, like if you were to come to me and say, "Hey, all those things that you said online, can you prove it? Can you show it? Can you?"
So that's my issue.
Huh?
That's my issue. So the reason I say that's my issue is because with the Katt Williams interview, people saw the Katt Williams interview. They never saw Ricky Smiley's interview. They never saw.
Like I said, I never saw it. So yeah.
Right. I got you, but this is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
One person can set a narrative that sets our whole entire race into a direction when they do not have the actual facts. Because at the end of the day, even you admitted it, Ricky Smiley never said it.
Bringing it back home. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ricky Smiley never said anything because when you tell somebody, go on Facebook right now and say, Ricky Smiley said nothing wrong against Katt Williams. I promise you, you will get at least 100 people that said Katt only came after Ricky Smiley because Ricky Smiley came for him first. Even though they've never seen the interview, they've never witnessed it. They heard Katt's interview and took it as gospel and ran with it. That's my issue with us right now. We don't do any research. We don't do anything. We take the person we like the most. Oh, I like them the most. So they have to be telling the truth. Bullshit. That Katt Williams literally came on Shannon Sharp's show and said, never in the history of Hollywood have you ever heard of someone having a role and then being it switched. Wrong. It happens all the time.
That's true. That is true. Oops.
People will totally ignore that, or they don't know. So misinformation is totally a big thing. And that's what I was saying. If I was in the Illuminati, Katt would be the person I need on my side. However, if I ask him and he tells me no, he cannot live. Why? Because I don't need him acknowledging that we exist.
Okay. Now I feel you. I feel like we need to acknowledge these comments right now from Big Chuck and CD Broadcasting. CD Broadcasting has said, I'm sorry, let me go back. Oh yeah. So starting with Big Chuck, he says social media has created division again amongst us by creating beef with black comedians, like beef between rappers and comparing athletes who are GOATs. This is how they keep us from uniting. And I agree. I mean, I think we kind of addressed that kind of earlier. CD Broadcasting says anything they can use to divide us. He says, I say all sports are a direct of our energy that can be used for something better for us. We are not ready for that conversation, however. Then Big Chuck says they're both GOATs. CD Broadcasting, he says, comedy, horror, radio, and especially television. Tell-a-vision is the way he wrote it. Tell-a-vision. Overall is to distract us, but not guide us to what is really important. Only what they want us to focus our energy towards. Then Big Chuck says, you never heard who is better between Larry Bird or Pistol Pete. Truth. I think that's, to me, that was
why you never heard the difference between Larry Bird and Pistol Pete.
Please.
I can answer that question.
Okay, why?
Pistol Pete never won a championship.
Big Chuck is like 6'9" and like 240, 260 somewhere. When I'm just letting you know, Big Chuck is a basketball player, so Big Chuck.
I got you, but I don't care what Big Chuck's personal stats are. Pistol Pete never won a championship.
Never? I don't know anything about Pistol Pete.
No, I'm telling you, Pistol Pete, who played for the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay, I didn't even know what team.
Never won a championship.
Wow.
However, Pistol Pete was a baller. He was a baller, but because he never won a championship.
JJ Redick back in the day.
No, he was better. He was what? So Pistol Pete was.
I'm just saying, JJ Redick. He was a baller who never won.
Pistol Pete was the.
I'm thinking of like white guys who can ball that we all know of, like Jason Williams or something like that. Who like ball but never won anything.
He was the Michael Jordan of that day, but
he was that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he never had a team. So this is why I say ring counts don't matter, because at the end of the day, it depends on what team you have. Now, anybody that wants to criticize LeBron on his Miami years, I'm not going to argue with you on that. He had three of the best players in the league. There was no reason for them to lose to Dallas. However, that Spurs team that they lost to in that last year had been together longer. They were cultivated because Greg Popovich cultivates his team.
He does.
And keep in mind, out of the 9 NBA Eastern Conference championships that LeBron went to, he was only favored in 3. People want to forget that because they want to push their narrative. And that's where we're at in social media, whereas I want to push that narrative like a chick who comes on social media and says, some dude hit me with a brick and didn't none of these black men help me.
And here we go. So now we're to the part where the black women are now involved.
Exactly.
And now all of a sudden it's going to become a different thing. And I don't want this to get too much beleaguered or belabored.
I'm not blaming black women for this. I'm blaming that one black woman for that. Black women, I love y'all. However, we really have to stop with if you insult one black woman, you insult us all. That's bullshit. Because I will insult Sha'Carri Richardson till the day I die. Why? Because that chick won a world record, got to feeling herself, got to talking crazy, and got dusted by those Jamaicans. And when she got dusted by the Jamaicans, and all the black men said, damn, she got dusted by the Jamaicans. What did the black women say? Black men just will not, they just hate black women. No, Jamaicans are black women also. But she got dusted because she was doing this.
Yeah.
Instead of producing.
Yes.
Now that she actually is producing, and we're just totally, we don't care anymore. Oh, now she's producing, and y'all ain't got nothing to say. We don't care. Why? Because when we did care, and she fell short, and we said how she fell short, the black women accused the black men of hating black women, even though she lost to 3 black women. You can't have it both ways.
So you mean you can't have it all?
No.
What? What do you mean you can't have it all? That's all women are preaching these days.
You cannot sit up here and say,
wait. Hold on. We love black women.
Well, I love black women.
Continue.
But guess what? Jamaicans are black women also. God damn it. So
I could have swore they are.
I could have swore they are too. So what you can't
Somalian,
do is say,
black, African, Nigerian, they're all black, right?
They're all black women.
I could have
sworn. What you can't say is because I will say me, because I was one of the ones criticizing. You cannot say because I criticized Sha'Carri for talking all that mess and getting her ass dusted in the race that I hate her because she lost to not 1, not 2, but 3 black women. Oh, he hate black women. No, I don't. I just acknowledge the 3 black women that beat her ass during that race.
And that's the thing, is like because suddenly we're not a part of their of the delusion. I won't say there, because maybe it's not just theirs. Maybe it's a delusion. I won't give it possession. But because we're not a part of the delusion of suddenly we become the enemy. And
because keep in mind, black folks love Bob Marley. He's Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
We take credit for Bob Marley all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But because we choose to take these, because we choose to accept these black women who beat the American girl's ass, now we don't love black women? It sounds stupid. It makes no sense. When do we start appropriating white culture into what the hell we do? Now, that's what we do
all the time. When we take standardized tests, when we are taking the shit indoors.
No, I mean when it comes to our black heroes.
Okay, go ahead. What do you mean?
So we will criticize. So even though the Elvis Presley movie clearly stated that he got everything he did from black artists like B.B. King.
I never watched the Elvis Presley movie because I'm like, even though he died the day and time I was born, to the point where people was like, oh, you must be reincarnated. Not at all.
I watched the movie, and make no mistake about it. B.B. King got a great deal of credit for what Elvis was doing. Mm-hmm. And make no mistake about it, Elvis never at any point in time discredited black people for what he was doing. But because we don't know that story, we automatically assume he never gave black folks credit for it when he always did. B.B. King.
Well, I mean, he really didn't know, because
he did, bro.
He did, but he like, I mean,
he did, but he what?
In his interview, no, I'm saying he did secretively, publicly. He didn't. It wasn't like he did it in an interview,
bro. There are interviews with Elvis Presley giving B.B. King credit for what the hell he did. G.
Okay,
Like
I appreciate you saying that because until you said that, I didn't know. Because
so BB
because
King,
all I
if
know about
nothing else,
Elvis is that he gave
Elvis,
his nanny, I believe, he bought her a Cadillac or some
his
shit.
nanny. Okay,
Yeah.
Elvis himself always. BB King was one of his closest friends, bro, and he always said, like, even if the leg shaking and all that other little bullshit, but he always gave credit to BB King. He always did. Like the Rolling Stones always give credit to Jimi Hendrix and all the other black artists, even though they were from a whole other goddamn country.
Yes.
They give credit to BB King.
Yes.
And Jimi Hendrix. Like, bro, how many rock and roll artists? Let's be honest. How many rock and roll guitarists don't give credit to Jimi Hendrix?
All of them, not hardly any.
So where does this profound this profound thought that white artists never give credit to appropriating our culture? Like, because I'm gonna tell you right now, Mick Jagger gives, like, Mick Jagger.
Yeah, no, he does, and the Beatles
exactly.
Exactly.
So,
but the problem is, unfortunately, and what happens is black people in particular seem to fall prey to, well, what happens to the fans who are listening to that. So majority of the fans, 90%, 80% of the fans are white, and they're listening to that. And they, white people, or sorry, their white fans are hearing, BB King and Muddy Waters, or hearing these other names that they've never heard of. They're gonna be like, okay, that's cool, yeah, but you're the guy I like. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying.
I got you.
In America, in a place like America or the UK or any place, or Australia, a place where it's like majority them, then you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that sort of. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
How many black folks heard of Muddy Waters before Redman's album?
I'm sorry?
How many black people acknowledged Muddy Waters before Redman's album?
I mean, I would imagine the people who sang blues did, because Muddy Waters is a blues artist.
Now, keep in mind, when we were growing up, we wasn't listening to the blues.
But Redman was raised by his grandmama. His grandmama was a woman who listened to the blues.
No, you're missing my point. What I'm saying is this: before Redman's album, in our bubble of music,
for sure,
who heard of Muddy Waters? Let me ask you this: Have you listened to or enjoyed a Muddy Waters album before Redman's Muddy Waters album?
Yes. But that's because I'm from Chicago, and Chicago has, and the blues are kind of, I like in Chicago, you got the blues, jazz, and hip hop, R&B are like all pretty much on the same.
That's
same level.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get a little bit of everything in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Blues, jazz, hip hop, house, and R&B, all on the same level.
My point is this.
Yes.
Just because you haven't heard it, don't mean it doesn't exist. Once again, Elvis always, and when I say always, like anybody who's ever asked Elvis about his background in music, he's always mentioned Muddy Waters. He's mentioned Howlin', what's the dude's name? Howlin' Wolf.
Howlin' Wolf, yes.
He's mentioned Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, and BB King. Those are the three folks he's always mentioned. So it wasn't that he wasn't giving credit to black culture. It was his managers Those are two totally different things. Because now I will admit his managers never gave credit to the black artists that influenced him. However, Elvis, there were three people he always gave credit to, which was B.B. King, Muddy Waters, and Howlin' Wolf.
I thought it was Waters, not Walters.
Waters. No, I said Waters. I'm probably saying like that because I've been drinking. But
I lied.
yeah. But Elvis has always, the three people he's always mentioned: B.B. King, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf.
Okay.
Half of the black people that
Don't
are
know who
watching
those
this right
people
now
are.
probably have no idea who Howlin' Wolf is. So my thing is this: stop taking everything based off of what you heard somebody else say. Find out for yourself.
Yeah.
Stop taking like, oh, this person said, Elvis said, no. Elvis didn't say that. And if you did, and that's my issue with the Katt Williams interview.
So okay, go ahead.
So my issue with the Katt Williams interview is that, and once again, I love Katt Williams. But when people say, oh, he's exposed Hollywood. No, he didn't expose Hollywood. Because keep in mind that number one, Katt Williams has taken jokes. That's proven. It's proven. It's proven. So if you're not going to if you're going to chop down Said for taking Katt's jokes, chop down Katt for taking JB Smooth's jokes. The only difference is most black folks don't know who JB Smooth is because they never watched
Coffee with Strangers or whatever the hell that damn show is.
Yeah, they never watched that. But JB Smooth is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
But JB Smooth's comedy is for everybody as opposed to just the black community. So they don't look at him in the same light.
Yeah, yeah.
As far as the dress goes.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, like I was one of the ones who in the 90s was not a friend or a fan of the comic view. Black folks joke. Black folks be like this. White folks be like this. Like I hated those jokes. I couldn't.
No, you didn't.
What? Tell me. Tell me about me since you say
John D.C. Curry.
Okay, D.C. Curry was different. D.C. Curry was my. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. But no, I like D.C. Curry because he talked about the roach. He talked about the roaches.
But my point is,
no. I'm saying for me, that was the part that drew me into D.C. Curry. So don't do that.
No, I'm doing that because my point is,
go ahead.
Everybody has their preferences.
Right.
I like Chris Rock. A lot of black folks don't. Because to me, Chris Rock represents a more philosophical. Thank you. A philosophical point of comedy, which I personally enjoy. Dave Chappelle has gotten to that point, but a lot of folks haven't realized it yet.
Yeah, but so you said Dave Chappelle. Wait, so I'm sorry. Say it again so I can make sure I understand it.
If you watch Dave Chappelle's first comedy special, as opposed to his last, Dave Chappelle's style of comedy has totally changed.
Yeah, because he's more he does like these long essays now instead of just
as opposed to just doing jokes,
cracking jokes. Yeah.
Now,
like there's all this context now before you get to the punchline. Yeah.
How many black folks really? And I can be perfectly honest. I have every Dave Chappelle comedy on DVD, which lets you know how much I love Dave Chappelle. But how many black people really dealt with Dave Chappelle before the Chappelle show?
Not a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of black folks probably didn't even know who Dave Chappelle was, honestly, or thought he was a black white comic.
Thank you.
Yes.
My point exactly. However, Dave Chappelle is the one comic who can get away with saying whatever he wants to say about any group of people and just don't care. I'm saying it anyway, which is the brilliance of Dave Chappelle. Because Dave Chappelle is pretty much telling you, you're not going to tell me I can say nigger and not say fat. That's Dave Chappelle.
Okay, granted.
No.
But why do we need it? I mean, if we are black people and we are trying to go, march to the beat of our own drum, then why do we need to go by what white people have to say anyway? You see what I'm saying?
I got you, but keep in mind, because of what Dave Chappelle said about Katt Williams, now black folks are turning our backs against Dave Chappelle. And I showed you the messages. Now, you could have very easily went to that video to see the rest of them, but I can only show you so much in the screenshot.
You're right.
So
was that in one of the other, like the last of the
that was the Dave Chappelle versus Katt Williams video on YouTube.
Did you send it? Oh, you didn't send that to me, did you?
I didn't send you the video. I sent you the screenshots of the comments that people were making against Dave Chappelle, who was, up until that point, black royalty. But Katt Williams has presented and once again, even in that video, Dave Chappelle talked about how much he loved Katt Williams. But all Dave said was, you are keeping other black men from making money, which is not false. And the reason I say that is because
wait. Who is he whose check did he stop?
It's not an issue of stopping the check.
No. It is because if you about to sit because if you about to sit here and make a whole statement about him stopping somebody from making their money, then show me whose money he stopped from coming.
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying
still got an awful ass show that's on CBS.
I'm not saying
ain't nobody but white people watching.
No, wait.
Show
me.
I'm
not saying he stopped a check.
Steve is still doing his shit on Family Feud, and ain't nobody.
Steve Harvey ain't done comedy in a long time, so he's not even in the equation in this.
Okay, so I'm saying
is this. Hold on, listen to what I'm. If you will give me the chance to explain, my nigga. So,
yes, sir.
You know what, Kalos? We was boys. We not about to be in a minute. So so what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that the Katt Williams interview stopped anybody's checks. What I am saying is,
he's drinking that dog liquor. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, it may have put a cap on what those checks may be, because we as a people have criticized Cedric. Steve don't even count because he don't even do comedy no more. So I ain't talking about Steve. But what Katt's comment
here, I'm sorry. Let me before you. Okay, all right. Let me do this. You said Cedric, right?
Yeah.
Name a joke that you know from Cedric. That's funny.
Let me. When he did the Luther Vandross and like his first Def Comedy Jam appearance, he ain't do nobody's jokes. He did a bunch of impressions, and it was funny as hell.
Yeah, that was when he was in his bag. I'm talking about since.
No, you just said name when I did.
You're right. Okay. My bad. I didn't put the right parameters on it. Sure. Okay, sure. So since that is the case, and you're saying that he did his Luther Vandross. Luther Vandross has been dead for almost 15 years.
What's your point?
What he got? You just pulled out something from when Luther was still alive.
So
That's what I'm saying. Pull out some recent.
I'm about to tell you. Cedric the Entertainer
Help
did
me.
a whole hour.
And again, this is a relative.
No, I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
But guess what? Cedric the Entertainer did a whole hour at the Kings of Comedy. He did one joke that literally lasted maybe 3 minutes. I went to the Kings of Comedy concert when they came to Chicago.
Sure.
Said did an hour. He did one joke that lasted maybe 2 minutes. So I'm supposed to discredit everything he's done.
See, no, you change it, but you change it.
I'm not changing anything.
No, you're moving the goalpost.
Okay,
You're moving the goalpost.
Let me ask you again.
I didn't ask that. No, this is the movie. I'm the one who asked the question. So how you going to ask the question?
What was your question? What was your question?
Give me a memorable Steve Harvey. I'm sorry, Cedric the Entertainer joke.
Well,
I'm sorry. Give me a recent. Give me something that isn't from like 20 years ago.
Okay, first of all, let me say this right now. I don't follow Cedric like that.
Okay, well,
I don't follow. But then again,
I know. Well,
any comic that don't have a city, I don't follow these comics YouTube pages and no stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I legitimately don't. This is what I know. After going to the United Center and watching the Kings of Comedy, okay, there was one joke Cedric did, and the hour that he did, and the only reason I remember that joke is because y'all Negroes won't let me forget it.
Okay.
Was that joke? I'm not saying it was that memorable. No, because if you would ask me then, and I've said this since the day I went to that concert, Bernie killed everybody. At that point,
Bernie was a serial killer.
No, but I don't remember. So what I'm saying is
serial killer in comedy.
I got you, but keep in mind, you're asking me to remember a set from
that. But no. I'm asking you to remember something that's funny.
I wouldn't have remembered that had you not brought it up. Is my point. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro.
So all right. So let me go through some comments real quick. I want to make sure we catch up on the comments because I appreciate every last one of you all for all 4 people who are still rocking with us right now. I appreciate all of you and all people who were with us beforehand. But going back, so let's see, we have CD Broadcasting who has said that I want to make sure I have all this. Hold on, where was I? Oh yeah, he says that we want to have DJ Hercules do an interview next because I've done an interview with CD Broadcasting. Great people.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Let me know.
So that would be great. Then we got Big Chuck saying, well, we have never heard of any white athletes getting ridiculed or compared to as the GOAT. We also will never see 2 white comedians beefing with one another or white rappers beefing. Woo! That's interesting because I just saw an interview a couple of days ago with Yellow Wolf talking about how cool he is with Machine Gun Kelly and how they were trying to do something with Eminem. So you are absolutely right on that.
Well, right now,
that's interesting.
As far as white rappers go, nobody's beefing with Eminem no more.
Ain't nobody gonna touch it.
They've given it up. MG Kelly tried it, but when Eminem responded by rapping in MGK's same style, everybody just said,
and then ate him up with his own style. Yeah, absolutely.
So but my thing is this: I'm all for competition.
Yes,
I'm all for competition, but when you literally, and make no mistake about it, Katt Williams is smart enough to know exactly what he was doing.
So then why are we sitting here talking about go ahead.
All I'm saying is this. My personal feeling is I took the interview as pure entertainment, not as gospel.
Right. But so then your complaint then isn't necessarily against Katt Williams, but it's more so
No, my
against the
complaint
people.
isn't against Katt Williams at all.
Right, it's against the people.
Yes.
Okay. Now let me finish the comments so we can get into that. Okay. So we got Big Chuck saying they're not trying to focus on them, just us. Big Chuck, I'm sorry, CD Broadcasting said that. Then Big Chuck says CD Broadcasting Truth, he agrees with that. CD Broadcasting says y'all talking some big people for show, all behind the scenes operating. Then Stab His Ass Again says Eric Clapton and Jimmy Page gave Jimmy his flowers.
So that just basically goes to my point of
Stop
saying white artists don't give black artists that they've been influenced by their flowers.
Some don't. That's just facts.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying
it's not like 100, but that's the thing. It's not 100%.
No. My point was Elvis wasn't one of them dudes. Like
he kind of was because he bought his nanny a Cadillac. And
anytime anybody talked to Elvis, he mentioned B.B. King.
I'm gonna have to check the interviews so I can know what you're talking about. I will do that.
Please do. Because
go ahead.
So my thing about some of the narratives that go on in the black community, and I only care about the narratives that go on in the black community, is that this person didn't do this, this person do that. Elvis is one of them people. Elvis always gave props to B.B. King, always. That's because people have not done any. So this is my issue with the black community, period. Yeah. Even with this Katt Williams stuff, half the people talking have never seen the interview done with Ricky Smiley or the interview done with Cedric the Entertainer.
That would be me.
Got you. Which is why when I say, why did Katt have to do that to say it and Ricky, they'll say, well, they attacked him first. No, they didn't. They didn't attack Katt. They answered a question.
They didn't.
And Katt no matter what you say, bro, no matter what you say, there is no reason. And like I said, Katt even said it. My job is to be funny first. I got that. But because you have this platform right now, and because you know people are going to go by whatever the hell you say, there is no reason for you to sit up there and say the only reason this nigga gets a job is if he wears a dress. Nigga, Ricky Smiley's done nothing to nobody.
That's true. I mean, if you only here to defend Ricky, I get it. I get it.
No,
I understand.
Just like if he said it about
Steve, but at the same time, Steve has though, Cedric has though, and other people have though. So maybe he just put them all in.
Steve has done what?
Cut Corey Holcomb's time down to 5 minutes because he was like, "You too fucking funny."
Hey, brother, guess what, brother? Guess what? It's they show. Listen what I'm saying.
I mean, I get it, but
at the same time,
No. I need you to understand this. You can push. You can have a feeling about how an agenda or how something is supposed to go all you want, but if the person that you're putting that or imposing those thoughts upon isn't in alignment with that, then you need to account for that.
No, I don't. You know why? It's my show. You don't have to come.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
You don't have to come.
But that's fine. But don't be surprised when something comes back. Don't be surprised when something comes back your way when I get on.
But once again,
and I think that's what Katt was on. Don't be surprised when I get on.
No.
I think we getting off into a tangent.
No, we're not.
No.
When was Katt on Bernie? Or
we
when was
Katt
on Bernie?
We did not finish the comments, and I want to acknowledge the comments. So Big Chuck says house music. CD Broadcasting says Y'all off the chain. Thank you for sharing. Then CD Broadcaster says we love Katt Williams. Then he says they sipped us. Oh, they sipped too. Oh, he's talking about us. You trying to say we because we've been drinking? We look whatever. I think Chuck and CD Broadcaster are trying to clown us. They talking about we drunk.
Hey, bro.
Y'all need to go on with it.
We ain't no kind of Trump. What you
Well,
talking
I'm
about? We
tell you
ain't
right
drunk.
I personally don't really give a shit what y'all think I'm on right now. It don't matter. My comments will be the same comments I have today. Will be the same comments I have tomorrow.
Then he says y'all got to read the comments during the show. Then Chuck says, "Oh man, y'all going against." Then City Brock says, "Y'all let go of the shy comedians. They put Chicago on the map." Oh, so like D. Ray and all them, Corey Holcomb, we can't talk about them because okay, that's interesting. Chuck says Katt was exposing truth or beliefs. Then he says they all bit off each other's joke, like kind of what you were talking about earlier. Then Stab his ass again. Appreciate you. He says half baked. Talk about the Dave Chappelle movie. Let's see. Like Andrew Dice Clay, CD Broadcaster says we want to know what he Hercules been drinking so we can get some too. Truck says the truth juice. CD Broadcaster says DJ Steve Harvey. Then Steve is set for Live Surgery 2. What about those upcoming? Let's talk about them. Let's
talk about them.
Yeah.
So
we're
my
gonna have to do it.
This.
We're gonna have to do that. I mean, I'm just letting you know. We'll have to kind of. We're already almost at 3.5 hours in. I don't want to keep belaboring this point and take it too far. So I'm letting you know we're gonna have to conclude this eventually. But I want to get through the comments because I appreciate each and every one. Stab his ass again says Cedric, Steve, Kevin, Wanda, Chappelle, not funny, dry humor comics. I would say that as far as the dry humor, but they are funny as well, in my opinion. Let's see let us see the cut man says Kalo said it's CD Broadcasting, and he also says Stab his ass again says RIP Paul Mooney with his gay self. He didn't say the guest self. I said gay because Paul Mooney was listen anyway. DJ Hercules, we going to hear that music, says CD Broadcasting. Then Big Chuck says Bernie was a serial killer with a C, not an S. Seven says again, says white people beef. They just don't do it in front of company. I guess it kind of goes to the Chris Rock stand-up that he just did recently when he said, "You don't talk shit in front of white people," which was a weird way to end a stand-up, but I digress.
Well, no, that's what we was taught, bro.
We was, but that's that. I would end a joke on. I mean, in the special on something better than that. But I digress. Big Chuck says, "Cause we drinking too, and this debate is on point with the comments." LOL. Then he says, "And my boys in the hood voice, Ricky." I don't even know what the Ricky thing was, but shout out to Big Chuck. Shout out to Big Chuck. That's my boy from Robeson and Missouri.
Whatever that means.
He said what?
I said whatever that means.
Right. I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I want to make sure we acknowledge all the comments because I appreciate each and every one. But I feel like, okay, we've been at this for almost 3.5 hours. What do you want to say is like the issue with Black people and how you want to fix it? Or I'm sorry, not how you want to fix it. What is needed to fix it?
I like, so during the Eddie Murphy years,
sure,
we never heard any shit like this.
It was the 80s though.
Don't matter.
80s, early 90s.
Don't matter.
Late 80s. I don't think it was in the 90s.
Like Bill Cosby did his himself comedy in the 80s, and he still succeeded, right? It's enough of the pie for everybody to succeed. At what point in time did we get to the point where, in order for me to succeed, I got to tear down another brother? Like, and at the end of the day, like I said, I enjoyed the Katt Williams interview. I totally enjoyed it, but I looked at it as entertainment, not as a blueprint of who I should and should not listen to. And that's where we are as far as differences. Because I'm just like, Katt, the same thing you accused Cedric of, you did the same thing. And if Shannon had the nerve to, if Shannon, well, Shannon's not a journalist, so I don't expect him to ask you stuff like this. But hey, you took JB Smooth's video, you took JB Smooth's joke. What do you have to say about that? I can almost guarantee what Katt would have said. I took a shitty joke and made it better than what it was because
You made a hot line, I made it a hot song. Continue.
Huh?
I said you made it a hot line, I made it a hot song.
Right, basically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's the same thing.
Oh, Ricky Smiley. Ricky.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit, I didn't put it together.
I didn't put it together either. But
oh shit, my fucking light just fell.
But one of my points of contention with the whole Katt Williams interview was just like, because people say, oh, they came at him first. Ricky never came at Katt. Ricky even says in his interview after the Katt interview, man, me and Katt talked. He hollered at my dad, took pictures with my dad, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And then that's like if you and somebody you close with, even if you ain't close with him, y'all had beef. Y'all settled it. Then this nigga goes on the internet and just blows the whole shit up like, nigga, what? And at the end of the day, I don't care what y'all say. 2 years ago, we was talking about this nigga for punching a 14-year-old for sneaking a 14-year-old. Like, for real.
Well, yes, absolutely.
And if y'all didn't see the video, I will gladly show it to whoever wants to see it. Katt threw first. But that's what I'm saying. Us as black people, we're so quick to jump on bandwagons, and that bugs me. Because we jump on bandwagons, we're not knowing the entire story. We go by.
Well, hold on. So wouldn't you say that's the whole of the Democratic Party?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm an independent. I will vote for whoever the hell I want to vote for at any point in time because I'm listening to what they're saying.
I'm sorry. Here we go. Shout out to the independents.
So because I listen to what they're saying, like, and I ain't gonna lie, I'll admit I voted for Obama because he was black, because I wanted a black president. I ain't care. That nigga could have said, next year we putting all black folks in slavery. I wouldn't have heard it. I'm like, okay, Obama, just like over half of y'all Negroes. But I wanted a black president, so I voted for him. Even though now I will say his politics were better than his incumbent. But at the end of the day, I also understand that as a black man, you cannot focus your presidency on the black people. But that's another discussion.
I got you. I see we starting to lose folks, so I want to make sure we get all the
that's
last.
The we get ready to get off the air.
Yes, sir.
Nothing to do with you.
But I want to just say, I hope I didn't lose everybody just yet. Oh, we already lost CD broadcasting, so we gotta get it in for the last people who are still with us or rocking with us this late. But I just want to say, like, from my perspective, that, like, as far as we go, you're right. We have a tendency to fall for the shiny shit. We got more thoughts than we have more thought leaders. You know what I'm saying? That's part of our industry. That's part of our problem. But while we have more thoughts and than thought leaders, we also are not of the mindset that things should be as they are. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So we're not sitting around just saying okay, this is what it is, and we just rolling with it. You see what I'm saying? So even though people aren't necessarily aligned with what's going on, they're making those statements or making those points to let it be known that, well, I'm not in alignment, and this is why. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this.
Sure.
Before this interview,
Uh-huh.
did we not, as a people, you should be proud of folks who like really made it?
We still are. It hasn't changed. Here's the
No,
thing.
it actually has.
No, it hasn't changed. No. But here's the thing. I personally have had an issue with Steve Harvey. I personally have had an issue with Cedric the Entertainer, who is a family member. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't know who the hell I am, and I don't know who the hell he is, honestly, on that sort of level. But I just know, like, through the marriage and all that stuff, we're related. But like, yeah, I just don't like his stuff. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But even
liking
before
it.
that, I still didn't like his stuff.
Yeah, that's the difference between not liking it and having an issue with that individual.
But here's the thing: if you feel like you've been directly wronged by that person, why wouldn't you? So let me go ahead and go. I'm gonna go ahead and go in. So why not? Why if this is me, why wouldn't I go in and tell people that I'm feeling some kind of way because I feel like this person has wronged me? Sure, Dave Chappelle has gone on stage and said, yeah, you're talking about white people, this. But you know what? 10 years ago, as a matter of fact, almost to the date, 10 years ago, Kevin Hart said all I was doing was talking about white folks. So I can't win for losing. So my problem.
He was only talking about white folks.
Because in Kevin Hart's interview when he was on the Breakfast Club, he said that Katt Williams' problem was that everything he does or everything that's wrong, he blames it on the white man. That's what he said. He said, you blame the white man. You blame the white man for this. You blame blame the white man for that. He said that. So if you're saying that I blame the white man, then Dave Chappelle says all I do is blame the black man. Then I guess I'm just wrong for blaming anybody. No. Hold on. Let me finish saying what I gotta say. So I'm sitting here and I'm saying, I'm as a comedian, me as Katt Williams, I'm saying, oh, so I can't win with black folks, I can't win with white folks. You know what? Let me just tell the fucking truth then, and then I'll just let it go as that. And if people roll with it, cool. And if they don't, cool. But I feel good because I at least had my say. Because I honestly think that's where it all goes. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure.
I need to see that interview. And the only reason I said that is because Kevin Hart didn't make it on talking about white folk.
He didn't. But that's what he said. That just look up the Breakfast Club interview, Kevin Hart, Katt Williams. Google that, and I promise you it'll come up. But let me get into these comments because I want to make sure I say this, acknowledge everybody before we ride out. Let's see. Stab his ass again says we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Kalo says looking forward to the reunion. Stay focused. And he says been great here, but I'm out. Stab his ass again says I would vote Trump. And you know what? In some instances, I wouldn't say I'd be against it, but yeah.
I'm not going to get started on that.
Then Kalo says, see y'all next time. And he says, now I see why you got that name. I don't know who he's talking about, you or me. Either way, right. Thank you. Maybe stab his ass again. He says he has no party. Then he says Democrats made the KKK and ran the blacks out of the Republican Party. CD says we need our own party, our own system, and our own military. IGTG. What is GCG? I'm
Don't
happy.
ask me. I'm not
get the girl. I don't know.
Get the gist.
Get the gist. Go to Greg's for drugs. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what GTG is. I'm sorry. I'm not that cool. I'm not hip to your cool young lingo. Then we've got Chuck saying by the end of the day, they all made it. They famous. Katt a fool, and he want the fame. Kevin winning now, and Katt want what Kevin Hart got. instead of hating, comma, appreciate and make money. I get that.
That is probably the most honest comment I've read today.
Yeah. Then CD Broadcasting says, "Hey Chuck, what you said." Then they both acknowledge each other, and then Stab His Ass says, "Hey, not gonna happen, not in this corporation." Hey, seems like at the end of the day, we have all aligned our main commenters of CD, Big Chuck, and Stab His Ass. So I think if nothing else, we brought alignment amongst the brothers who have stayed with us this long. So what do you think is gonna or should be your final comments for the day before we end this?
My thing is this: I really want Black people to understand the situation before they comment on it. And the only reason I say that is because you could literally bring harm to another individual's income based off of what somebody else says. If you're going to defend somebody to that, oh, Katt is the truth. Can you at least see what the hell Ricky Smiley and Cedric the Entertainer said before? And don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm not saying Cedric didn't steal the joke. I'm not saying that at all. However, what I am also saying is what Cedric said in that interview. A comic will take a part of one joke and make it his own, which is exactly what Katt did in his first and second CD. In his first and second, but because it's JB Smooth, and because Black folks don't really recognize JB Smooth because he was on the David, God dog it, I can't remember his name. The dude who made Seinfeld. Because he was on his show, most folks won't recognize him. But at the end of the day, he's still a Black comedian and he's a Black writer. So, but we'll criticize him for being on. Oh, Larry David. We'll criticize
Larry David. There it is, Larry David.
I
knew it was David something.
Right. We'll criticize JB Smooth for being on Larry David show and making his money, but totally ignore the fact that Katt literally stole his entire joke. All Katt did was switch the song. The joke is the exact same thing, but we gonna tear down Ced, who took an aspect of Katt's joke and turned it into a whole nother joke. I don't see how you can criticize Cedric. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Yeah. I don't see how you can criticize Cedric without criticizing Katt, because I personally think Cedric's joke was different. He did take that section. Now, if you want to talk about the Bombalicious thing, I'm totally with you.
You can't change that joke. You can't make that joke different without Bombalicious.
But once again,
which came out in the 80s. The 80s, folks.
Exactly. 80s. You know what I'm saying? But once again, a lot of folks write jokes for him. Okay, fine. You want to go with that? Fine, whatever. Okay, whatever. Fine. However, it's better than that man stole my joke. Well, you stole that man's joke. Are we going to talk about that? We're going to talk about that? Or are we going to just totally ignore it because we like Katt right now?
Okay. So, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
That's it. All I'm saying is when it comes to Black comics, at the end of the day,
so I want to make sure you know this is like your closing statement.
I got you.
All right, got
you. On social media, all I see all day is support Black businesses, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah.
Sure.
And we will literally let one person, because of a beef they got with a person, which may be legitimate, Cedric has been a staple in the black community for years. He's not one that gets into trouble. He's not one that we can say, damn, I can't believe Ced did that shit. No scandals, nothing. He took a joke. Didn't take the whole joke, took half the joke.
Right.
But the person who's criticizing him took a whole joke from another person, just changed the song.
Mm-hmm.
We excuse that or refuse to. I'm not going to say excuse it. We refuse to see that so we can continue to criticize Ced, who's at the end of the day has never done anything to anybody maliciously. Even in the interview, he wasn't malicious towards Katt. He wasn't. We've seen Katt be very malicious. And don't get me wrong, I know Katt has done a lot for other people, and he's done all these philanthropical, whatever the hell word is, things.
Philanthropic.
Yes, philanthropic things towards other people.
Sure.
However, we also saw this nigga still on a 14-year-old boy. And if you are a black woman, who will sit here on social media and say, there is no way I'm going to let somebody other than the kid's father touch my kid, there is no way on God's green earth you're going to sit there and tell me you support Katt Williams after stealing on a 14-year-old boy who didn't see it coming at all. If you say you support Katt Williams, then you should let any nigga who comes into your life that wants to pay, who wants to take care of your family, beat your child. If you ain't gonna let some dude come in here and beat your child, don't tell me about Katt Williams, because that dude stole on a 14-year-old boy who didn't see it coming and still got his ass whooped. Thank you. That's all I have to say. God bless.
You gotta go pee after that.
I'm good, bro.
All right. So I'll say, and shout out to you, and hold on, I want to make sure everybody gets their last, get their last. Oh shit! Shout out to Lavelle. What's good, Lavelle?
Lavelle, my boy, what's good, bro?
What's good, Lavelle? Hey, but all right, let me back up. All right. So Stab His Ass said, I have no party. Then he says Democrats made the KKK, ran the blacks out the Republican Party.
That is true.
CD Broadcasting says we need our own party, our own system, our own military, IGTG, whatever that is.
We ain't gonna get elected for nothing,
Right.
so it don't matter.
Right, and we don't vote enough for that. And
Right.
Big Chuck says by the end of the day, they all made it. They famous. Katt a fool, and he wanted the fame. He want the fame. Kevin winning now, and Katt want what Kevin Hart got. Instead of hating, appreciate and make money. I see Big Chuck and CD Broadcasting online. I like that. I love when I bring friends from different realms of my life together and they both start align. For even if I don't agree with them, I love that. I love that. I like when I can bring people together. I love that shit. Then Big Chuck says, look, they both in alignment. See, hey, he says what you said. And then Big Chuck says, hey, I'm with you too. Then Stab His Ass again says, not going to happen in his corporation. Big Chuck says, truthfully, Katt started doing dumb stuff like what Hercules brought up about him fighting a teenager and other dumb stuff. His image and lifestyle messed him up. Now doing a tell-all is his comeback. Interesting. Then he also said, and we drinking too, salute. Hey, I just finished. I'm done for the night. The city broadcaster says he's done. We got the Black Fist, and then here come Lavelle letting us know. Mic check 1 2. Just drop it through, showing us some love. I appreciate you, Ville. Thank you. I appreciate you. So here's my closing statement. I would say, as far as black people go, right? I think we unfortunately are inadvertently thoughts. We get caught up into the flashy, shiny shit, and we'll dedicate our whole attention to that thing. Cover your mouth, home. Cover that. We'll sit there and dedicate our whole our attention to that thing instead of focusing on what's most important. Hence the fact that we've been sitting here for almost 4 hours talking about comedians when, again, real stuff is going on in the world and we haven't touched on that hardly at all. So I feel like Black folks in general, we get caught up in the shiny things and the things that grab our attention, and those look at that, there's a light, there's a squirrel, you know what I'm saying? We're those type of people, unfortunately, largely, instead of being more so set on what makes the most impact on our lives. I mean, I could go through baby mamas who do the same thing. I could go through baby, deadbeat fathers who do the same thing. I could go through barely employed people who do the same thing. Like, we have a very, like, there are various portions of us who have a very minimalistic view of what's most important, if I can say that, right? And what I think we most need is alignment in those things, and what is most important, and why is it most important. Bruh, cover your mouth, man. You just gonna yawn while I'm talking?
Nope, I'm gonna keep
you
on.
Yawn while I'm talking, while like I'm making you bored or some shit?
Nah, it's not. It has
That's
nothing to do
like
with
that. It's like you trying to make my argument seem like it ain't shit while your
I
argument
ain't
was
saying
good.
that at all. I just said
But you
I ain't
yawning while doing my
I
shit.
said I ain't saying that.
It's kind of fucked up, brother.
I said I ain't saying that.
Anyway, comma space. I'll just say it. I feel like like I said, Black people are, we're lacking in lots of areas, and unfortunately the areas where we do align aren't that impactful, or aren't impactful enough that they make a dent. So I feel like if we weren't so much invested in social media, reality shows, and BS that just takes us nowhere, that if we didn't have that, we would be more so aligned in the things that make an actual impact. Because if we didn't have social media to distract us, if we didn't have stuff like you and I to sit here and distract us, if we didn't have common conversations that distract us, then all of a sudden, then we'd have a real focus on who really the enemy is. And unfortunately, I think a lot of us have lost sight of what that actually is. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and say this has been your boy Seven and my brother DJ Hercules. We gonna go ahead and leave it right here before he go ahead and goes to sleep on the show.
You ain't lying.
and we gonna call it a night, but we leave it to y'all to see what you all think. And I hope everyone. Oh, and last comment from Stab His Ass again says, the internet made a lot of people dumb. Man,
amen, brother. Amen.
If that ain't the comment to end the show, either with regard to what we've done or to the internet as a whole, I still think that's absolutely prevalent. And
not only is it prevalent, it is accurate.
Absolutely. So thank you very much, Stab His Ass again, CD Broadcasting, Big Chuck, and all of the people.
Thank you for proving my point.
And all the people who, I don't know if they proved the point, but
proved my point.
I feel like you kind of missed my
point.
My useful idiot. I think
he proved my point.
Anyway, y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments, and make sure you buy some merch. Check out DJ Hercules on all the comments. On all the social medias. Where you want people to check you out at?
So, check me out on YouTube. I'm DJ Hercules 509. On TikTok and Twitch, I am DJ Herc HERC 509. All right. I was gonna go live tonight, but this wasn't longer than I thought it was, so I'm not going live tonight. I'm going to sleep. However, Sunday night, I'm gonna do a mixture of hip hop and house. So you know what I'm saying? That's what we're gonna get down. So if you're on YouTube, DJ Hercules 509. If you're on anything else, Twitch or YouTube, DJ Hurt HERC 509. Follow me.
Let's go. And this is Seven Blackman at the Blackman Show. You dig? So please be sure to check us out. I always drop a show every Wednesday. At in the good times. I'm sure DJ Herc is he lost his camera for a second. I'm sure I've got some information that will suit your penchant. So please hit the like, hit the subscribe. Sorry, I've been drinking. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and all that humming. And make sure you follow us so you can join in on the vibe. But other than that, man, you got anything else you want to say, DJ Herc?
Hey, man, I just want to say, man, be aware, man. Stay woke. Not to the point where you just a bummer on everybody around you, but just you know what I'm saying. Stay woke, man. Just pay attention to what's going on around you.
Absolutely. And as for me, this has been your boy 7. I love you all. Please make sure you take care of each other. Until next time, peace. And we out. Take care of yourselves.